It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time to lose your voice because it is time for the Raw Down. It is the number one source for all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your host, a very tired young Anthony, just fresh off the flight from Dallas. I am joined as always by J-Bone Savage.
Oh, yeah, freaking. You know, Debbie did Dallas. Anthony, did you do Dallas?
With that being said, folks, welcome to the Raw Down. We are here to break things down that we just hit on a huge WrestleMania weekend. 2 nights, most stupendous show. Was it the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time? We're going to break it down. Of course, Marco is not with us yet. He might be dropping in later on in the show. But we will be back. He will be back eventually. Hopefully, he'll be on tonight's show. But with that being said, we have a lot of business to get to because, of course, last week was the biggest Raw Down of all time. And we got some follow-up on that. But before we get to it, we do have some comments here. Zach Freeman is in the chat. Thank you.
That's Freems.
Oh, that's Freems.
Yeah.
Freems, welcome in. I should have caught on Freeman. Wee Man was the only good thing about Mania. Changed my mind. I don't blame you on the Wee Man point, but there was a few good things on that show. Tyson, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy this Raw Down.
Hey, congratulations, Tyson's back at Arby's. Welcome back, Tyson. Woo!
Woo woo! I hope you enjoy this Raw Down WrestleMania recap show to celebrate. And Acefield Retro is in the chat. Ace, I want to thank you so much for joining us last week. I know that you couldn't make it onto the live version of the show, but hope you enjoy it from the comment section. And who knows? I mean, I don't think he'll win. I don't think there's any possible way that he won this week. But,
I guess we're about to check the stats, huh?
Yeah, well, there's only one way to do this. Let's start it off the right way.
And now, the RAWDOWN presents the crowning ceremony for the RAWDOWN Championship.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Thank you so much for China for giving that that introduction.
Oh boy, next Storm, will it be a spicy episode? I think it will, because finally there is going to be some order restored.
I am the tag team champion.
Because I'm pretty sure that I am the tag team champions after this stupendous weekend. There's only one stupendous champion, and it's yours truly.
Me.
It's got to be me. There's no other way around it.
It's me. It's me. It's J-Bone Savage, baby.
I just don't think you're right. I think I have finally won this title back to the first champion, the rightful champion. And I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty confident that I won it. So with that being said, the winner of this title is
Presty. Hey,
good evening, fellas.
Hey, it's
nice
to see you. I know we're gonna probably give that title right to me,
right to you.
Yeah, I'm here to announce who the winner of the title is, and I'm proud to say that the winner of the Raw Down Championship is none other than the ace up my sleeve. From the comments section,
what?
Steve Acefield.
March 1st, 2022 was the date that will live in infamy in Raw Down history. You know why? It was the date you allowed me, out of the comments section, to bring my knowledge to the predictions contest where I was able to secure the Raw Down Championship, not only for me, but for the comment section. And most importantly, for the Honor Society. I now sit here, following WrestleMania, live on Tuesday, as your Raw Down champion. Come and take it, J-Bone. As President Sneed said, all aces.
Yeah. I smell collusion, and I smell it real bad.
Wait a sec. Hold on real quick. I think you're onto something, J-Bone. I think I think there's I'm at a loss for words. You set us up. You set us up for this one.
You know, it was it was a all along moment.
What?
You're gonna see the title. You're not gonna see the title tonight.
Yeah, where's our title? What happened?
Where's the
Where's
champion?
Ace, he's in the comments section.
He's in the comment section, and if
Hell,
you
President
want to
Steve,
see,
this is a setup.
if you want to see the championship, tune in Thursday at 7 p.m. on our show, where you can see Acefield Retro, Steve Acefield, and myself, along with Freems, who I believe now, if I'm not mistaken, there's a comment in here that says, "Not my president, Freems. Unfortunately, buddy, I am your president, and the championship is coming to Honor Society."
So you
So
had this
be
plan
excited
all
about that,
along.
Freems. Be excited.
This is bullshit.
Be
You had this plan
excited.
all along.
The president is bringing the title to the Honor Society, and if you want to see it, come over there. And if you want to hear about it, read about it in the comment section. But you will see the title on Honor Society.
So let me get this right. I go into your office to talk about business. You let this guy come in.
Well, I had to make you feel
take my
comfortable.
spot.
You had to feel comfortable.
And you told me all along I was picking first, and this shit happens.
We've been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked. We've been run amok, run astray. You can't take a title that was built from the dry hands, these calluses all over these hands, built the foundation of the RAWDOWN. And Jay Bone helped too. Marco was there too.
Those are about as smooth as Sneed's brain, okay?
Young Anthony, Jay Bone.
Title away from us.
I can assure you that I can do it, and I can assure you that I did it.
What a heel.
It's
I played your thing again. I thought you were done talking, but apparently you still have more to say.
all I wanted to say. You can play me out. You can play me out because you'll see me. You will all see me on Honor Society Thursday at 7. And you'll see the title there as well. You can play me out whenever you want. That's fine. But just know that I am your president, and you will see the title over there.
Let me tell you something. WrestleMania Backlash, I'm coming for the title, and I am not letting those bingo hall wannabes of the Honor Society take control of the RAWDOWN. The RAWDOWN is the place to be.
You got a steep hill to climb, J-Bone. Steep hill to climb, bud.
We are here. We go to AT&T Stadium. We have lots of money, something you don't have, pal.
Steep hill to climb, my friend. Steep hill to climb.
Well,
I am your president. Signing off. Find us on Honor Society. 7 p.m. Thursday. You'll see the title.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's one thing for, my fellow competitors to gain an unfair advantage, but it's another to have corrupt power in play here. Corrupt. I mean, what is this? Is this Russia? Is we doing with Putin here? Like, goddamn, pal.
I don't think we're kind of wrapping our head around how big of a deal this is. We built RAWDOWN. We built it together. Sure, we could have our differences. All right, we could have our rivalries, but we were the foundation of RAWDOWN. And for that bastard to put on a suit and come into our show and steal our title. And what now? Look at this man in the comments section saying that the title is going to be defended with the free bird rule. What do you think this is? Some carny bullshit?
Yeah, like who do you think you are exactly?
We just lost our title to so many people. It wasn't just Ace. It's not just Freems. It's not President Sneed. It's the entire comment section. It's It's Raw Down versus the world at this point. And you know what?
It sounds what it seems like.
You know what? We're not
You know
going to
what?
stand for this.
Actually, you know what? I blame you. I blame you for this.
Hold on, no. You can't.
I blame you. I blame
me?
you.
You're
I
blaming
blame
me.
you.
How?
You were in Dallas.
How? What did I do?
You have to have some kind of influence on this. You're involved in this. You got.
I'm involved.
Fickle.
That's what you are. That's what you are. You know what, J-Bone? J-Bone Savage, whatever you want to call yourself this week. We got
lust in your eyes. You got
can't
lust in your eyes.
We could argue all we want, and sure, when it comes to WrestleMania Backlash, that title will be back around my waist. But until then, the Raw Down needs to unite. I need the old J-Bone back. I need the old J-Bone back. We need to unite. Honor Society is our biggest threat. And sure, you could bring the title to Honor Society, but the pride of Raw Down stays right here. So for now, I'll sit back and I'll see what they do to our belt. Tune in to Honor Society. Go right ahead. I'm sure it'll be can't miss content. But just remember, there is no Honor Society without the Raw Down. That's all I'll say.
Well, I'll be tuning into Honor Society. In fact, I'm trying to make my way on that program at some point, and I got a piece of my mind to give them. I'm not the best at bingo, but damn it, I'll try. I'll give them the best bingo game they ever wanted.
We lost our belt.
B24
to the comments section. How is this even a thing? I can't believe this. President Snead turns against us. This is ridiculous. Watch your P's and Q's.
Oh, 71.
I don't even think he's our president anymore. Hashtag not our president. I think that's correct. You're the president of ROH. Great. They had a great show this weekend. Hope you could talk about something when they don't have their weekly TV show. Great content right there. But regardless, this means war. This means war.
You want a war? You're going to get one.
Oh, yes, you will. Honor Society, watch out. This means war. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw Down is still going to happen, even without our title. Yes, Steve Acefield, he did win our title. We are title-less. I wonder how Marco will react to that one. But look, there's all this fallout from Raw Down Mania. Stuff's going to get crazy in the next few weeks. Make sure you're tuning in to this week and even tune into the Honor Society just to see what's going on with our belt, because now I'm nervous. But with that being said, I want to get to some comments because we also have some other business to get to from last week, and we'll get there because I have a little something for you, J-Bone. Just stick around.
Oh my God.
Tyson is apparently, of course, he's in.
Oh, he jumped ship. Come on, Tyson.
Ship. It's Raw Down versus
we're boys.
He's the Diesel to Acefield Shawn Michaels. He's got that Tony Khan cash, says Acefield.
All right. It's so easy. It's so easy to jump ship to the NWO. Hey, you be the cool cats. Hey, I'm going to be Lex Luger. You be Diamond Dallas Page. We got our backs against the wall here. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. Nick Storm says belts going cross promotions.
All right,
let's calm down here. Fig Knight doesn't get a belt. All right, they get the toy belt. They get a little this. Or Drew McIntyre belt. That's all I got for you. WrestleMania, yes, Chad, you set it up perfectly. WrestleMania Backlash. I never thought that WrestleMania Backlash would be must see content. I thought it would be just like a nothing pay-per-view, but now I feel like I have to watch the show because I need that title back. God damn it, pal. This isn't for me. This is for Raw Down, but it's also for me. President Snead is still watching. I don't even know if he's our president anymore.
He's not a president. We run ourselves. This is like Animal Farm. We run ourselves over here, okay?
I shouldn't even put these comments up on the stream. Now I'm getting called poor by stream. This is ridiculous. Acefield says they're coming apart at the seams. We have to beat them. Oh, we have them beat. This reign will be all right. You know what? This is ridiculous. The Forbidden Door. I can't do this anymore.
This is WWE. We don't play doors.
Look at this.
Okay?
President. I'm not even going to call you President Sneed anymore. Take your
We have 4
take your tie
walls.
off.
We have 4 walls here. Okay,
Gentlemen, collect yourselves. Have some honor. What a heel! I hate this night. And Nicole Bellcaster's turning on us. Like Toy Night is an alliance for us. Like we need as much help as we can get. It's Raw Down versus the World, but we need some support. Tavern. Chad says you guys never have to worry about the fucking GCW show invading. Outlaw mud shows don't cross promote with the national.
We do real pro wrestling over here. Okay, not that
movies.
light bulb bullshit.
We make movies.
No mud show wrestling around these parts. It's only glitz and glamour from the Raw Down. But
take your juggalo bullshit out here.
Take your carny fucking death match wrestling bloody bullshit out of my wrestling. Anyways, we've gone 16 minutes. Man. This is the worst day of my life.
Well, look, WrestleMania Backlash is about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I guess, away, something like that. So, but
yes,
I don't think we got some other fish to fry.
We do, and I need to. I got to tell you, J-Bone, you brought in some really noble picks to Raw Down Mania, and I appreciate your bravery. However, it seems as if we have a new loser at the tavern.
Well, technically it was Tom.
It was Tom, but we know Tom's not going to come on this show. We're getting invaded by ROH. There's no way that Tom's going to show up. We make movies, pal. So with that being said, for the first time ever, Marco will not be giving, wait for it,
Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters. Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and busters.
And that is because the loser of Raw Down Mania is J-Bone. And for next week, starting next week, you'll have to watch NXT and give us a full in-depth review.
I blame Logan Paul for this. I blame Becky Lynch fully.
I blame Becky Lynch too. I don't know why I picked her over Bianca, but you got to be noble every now and then.
Hey, man, it was they got us on that Raw. Let's
you know what? You should be blaming Seth Rollins because apparently you thought Cody Rhodes was going to come in and lose to Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off. Okay, it's not that far off. We're talking about it. We're talking about a promotion that buried Sting his first time around. I mean,
that's very true. I will give you that. Yes, Ace Field. I don't think I'm going to be agreeing with Ace that much on this show tonight. No. But
take his comments off. Take his comments off. Get him out of here.
I only block Hawk from the comments.
All right. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Bring in everyone else.
Yeah. All right. You know what? We're not going to be like the communists over there. Those communists that honors just we shake hands after we wrestle.
Yeah, we shake hands. Shaking a lot of hands. Shaking hands to make some nefarious deals. To
you shake your dicks too.
Yeah, a lot of hands shaking over there.
Dick shaking is what you guys, if you ask me.
Oh baby. Dicks. But yes, next week, J-Bone, you will be giving the NXT report.
All right.
At least we have something to look forward to. We don't have a title anymore. At least we have something here. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start off our in-depth analysis of WrestleMania 38. Hope you stick along.
Turn it up.
Kissing hands and shaking babies. That's the Raw Down way. So how do we want to do this? Let's book on the fly. Do we want to go through each match because I have all the matches loaded up, or do you just want to talk about the
I know we're kind of waiting for Marco to come in, so we're going to leave Cody for the last because Marco want to talk about Cody. Good. I don't know. Let's
go through everything.
We'll just kind of go. We'll just go round robin. Whatever you feel like talking about.
Cool.
I guess we'll start off. Let's start off with night 2. Okay, and whatever you feel like talking about, and then we'll trickle down to night 1. Yeah.
So let's get. I'll kind of go in order, but we'll kind of go around. So let's start with this match. I mean, this was one of the matches that I was really surprised in.
I wasn't. I was actually pretty excited with this because they had that triple threat match, minus the Street Profits, but we know the Street Profits can go.
Right.
So I was pretty pumped for this match, and I mean, it did not disappoint.
Mhm.
I thought, and this will kind of be a trend for me, honestly. I thought even like in these throwaway matches, I think everybody they came out to play. Honestly, there wasn't like one like, oh my god, like please, for the most part. I mean, of course, a couple like, okay, let's get to the next match, whatever. But I think every single performer that was on this card, they showed out. In some way,
And this was a prime example of that, just because,
Mhm.
and of course, we're talking about the Raw tag team title match, and that was between RK Bro getting the win. This was a match that I was very looking forward to because we've seen what RK Bro has been doing like the last few weeks. Like they have been putting on like some of the best matches on the night, like be it against Alpha Academy or even Seth and Owens when they were still tag teaming. Like they've really been coming into their own, and I'm surprised that they've been kind of keeping up with this tag team. I thought they would split up. Obviously, we all did. But here we are still going strong with this team, and they pulled off one of the more underrated matches on the card. I don't know if I could say I was surprised in it just because I knew that it would be like a good match. But I mean, like in a show that you have so much great stuff on, to see this is, it's pretty cool. However, I'm already going to start it off.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
The WWE's got to be careful because Gable Steveson, you're already right there.
Well,
It's becoming a bit too much.
He gave me Mark Henry vibes when Mark Henry first came in the All-American suit with the beret.
I mean, not even that.
But
you gave him 2 announcements, right? Night 1, Stephanie comes out, gives him this whole big spiel, big entrance. Night 2, call him out from the crowd right after the Triple H. Oh, we didn't even mention Triple H. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Right after the Triple H thing. And then you bring him in the ring and you do that little spot. That's way too much for me. Like, why couldn't you just do night 2? I mean, no, I understand Stone Cold, right? You bring him in 2 nights because not everyone went to both nights. So you want to see Stone Cold. That was a good reason to bring him in. No one's coming to see Gable Steveson. Not yet, at least.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why would you bring him in 2 nights in a row? I understand Undertaker doing the entrance twice. I understand Austin. But Gable Steveson, like, you can't
I agree.
start already with doing too much here.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, there's going to be already eyes on him already, and yeah, I mean, it's gonna give too much exposure too soon. He's got to, I know there's no doubt he has the talent. We know that, but having the talent on a wrestling mat versus a wrestling ring is 2 different things.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle was an absolute machine. He, for whatever reason, was built for this. Gable Steveson could be built for this, but we don't know. So you're already kind of putting him on that level of Kurt Angle, and he hasn't had a match yet.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that.
And you would think after all this fanfare and all, and it's not just WrestleMania, mind you. Like, they did this at SummerSlam. They did this at the Royal Rumble. They give him this huge entrance and everything. Like, for all of that, and the first time that we see him in the ring with Chad Gable, and all he does is just a belly to belly. Like, at least give me something. Like,
he looked like just like a regular dude in there. Like,
I'm nervous. Like, I'm sure it'll be okay, but like, you can't put all this faith into this guy just to blow it like this.
Yeah.
They gotta be careful. Ace says Gable was all littered all over the show. Should have just stuck to the physical interaction night 2, similar to Ronda at WrestleMania 31. Agree.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what they should have done. They just overstayed as
I don't even know if you needed to do that. Just be like, hey, Gable Stevenson's here, and then that's it.
I mean, the entrance with Stephanie was just so pointless. Like, what was the point of the doing besides killing time? You know what I mean? Like,
Although I did pop at the Style and Grace part.
Style and Grace. I did too. I was about to record it, but I couldn't get my phone out because I was booing Stephanie too hard. WrestleMania this year exceeded my expectations, says Nick Storm, as an AEW paid shill. I really enjoyed both nights. I'll agree with you on that one, and I've got some more hot takes in a little bit on that, so stay tuned. Yes, they're already trying too hard with him. Code Equestria, welcome to the chat. We're talking WrestleMania. Hope you stick around. Just like we were about to talk about this match, let's get this one out of the way. Bobby Lashley and Omos. It was. I thought we were going to get a body slam. We got a suplex.
It was almost a wrestling match.
It was almost a wrestling match. Definitely. I don't know if I would say it was the worst match on the night because we got a few others, but it was pretty bad.
I would say it was the worst one of the night.
Well, there was this one.
Well, honestly, like, okay, yeah, it was quick and it was whatever.
New Day versus Ridge and Sheamus for the pod.
But I mean, you know, it was, first of all, I kind of popped for the Big E stuff, and you know, you kind of put over Butch without putting over Butch, and you know, have him in the ring. You know, you made him like be this kind of pit bull like character, right?
Yeah,
you know, but it's just, man, I just don't understand Omos at all. Like, you have Kevin Nash has put him over, Undertaker put him over. Like what are you all getting paid to get put over this dude? Like, he moves like Great Khali, and he talks like Giant Gonzalez. Rest in piss, Undertaker. Like, he has no charisma.
This is Omos that you're talking about, right?
Yes. And I know, granted, maybe we could talk about it. I like what they did with him on Raw, but I think this was so pointless. It's pointless.
Yeah,
it was basically, you could have done this on Raw, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. You could have done this,
and it would have gone better. It would have gone over better, to be honest with you.
Sure, I don't see why not. I mean, I said it on the show, but Omos is just the most unintimidating big man of all time. Like, if you look at his Facebook, I said it on. I was on the Ring Fanatics show the other day, and I was like, "It's like that episode of SpongeBob when the big guy comes into the stadium, and like he just stands there and he goes, ah, that's Omos to me."
Yeah,
just oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to see Lashley on the show. I love Bobby Lashley, so to see him was cool.
Yeah.
So let me go through some of these comments real quick before we hit another match. We're back on Stevenson. Take the angle, Lesnar, roadmap, and book Stevenson. Similarly, there's a lot of writing on him to be a transcendent star. These Attitude Era stars are getting older.
Well, this was the end of it. This was the Attitude Era died.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Ace. We'll get to that in a second. New Day's gear was great, says Nick Storm. Absolutely agreed. Ace says, how much do you want to bet that Omos will be booked as comical character like Kali as Punjabi Playboy or Viscera as the Love Machine?
That's what I'm thinking.
I think it'll be a while just because
it'll be a little while, but yeah.
MVP.
Yeah, but
it'll be
it's
a while,
coming.
but it's probably going to happen. Let's be real. Nick Storm says moves like Kali and talks like Gonzalez. All right, so let's get to some other good. Let's get to some actually good wrestling that was on this show. How could you not talk about this match? Where is it? Where the match go? Is it not here? Did I not add it in? All right, whatever. Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn.
Oh, that's it's okay. So not only did we have Johnny Knoxville, which was stupid and funny and all that good stuff,
right?
But my favorite part of Jackass of the entire series is Party Boy and Chris Pontius, and they gave it to me. I'm like, I never thought I needed Party Boy in WWE so bad that I did. And hey, bravo to Kevin Dunn though. He knows how to get those crotch shots, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Very
I
true.
I don't know if you saw that on the. I know you were live in attendance.
AT&T Stadium's big screen put it perfectly for me.
The biggest screen they have in Worldwide.
Yeah, it was the perfect. Nicole Bellcaster said it best. Best match of the night.
It was hilarious. I even showed my wife. I was watching. I showed her the body slam, Wee Man body slam, Sami Zayn. And she busted out laughing like
the irresistible force, meaning the immovable object.
Yeah. And look, and then this is okay. So here's the thing. This is, and I want to talk. Been mainly talking to these pro wrestling purists out there who are rolling their eyes. Right.
Yep.
First of all, this is WrestleMania. We know WWE is a buffet. It's going to give us comedy. It's going to give us serious stuff, and that's what we had really this entire WrestleMania. That's partially why I love this WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know, and it was quality stuff. You know, so we had our you had different flavors. This, you know, I've said this before. Having a celebrity in a match is not bad,
No,
especially with Johnny Knoxville. People are like, oh, another celebrity. It gave Sami Zayn a spot. Sami Zayn probably would have been in the Battle Royal, okay, if he didn't have this. So
true.
Actually, I heard him talking about Sami Zayn talking about Johnny Knoxville on Cheap Heat, I think. But you know, he was complimentary towards him, like, you know, it was like, look, I love working with him. You know, he's just, everything's been good. So I think this whole angle was funny. It was good. This was exactly what we wanted. So
true.
It's good shit.
Yeah, let me get to some comments here. Every Mania should have a match like this. People that didn't like it take wrestling way too seriously. There's room for this on the card because it's freaking fun as hell. Yes,
Yep.
Literally. And I guess I could talk more about it because, like, you know, I haven't really addressed that. Like, I was at Mania, right? Like, I haven't really given my take, but, like, you know, being at Mania, you hear the crowd in such a different way than it's presented on TV.
Right.
Like, some of those pops were a lot louder than they were presented on TV or a lot quieter than they were presented on TV. When I tell you that Knoxville Zayn match was the loudest match that entire night, outside of like the moments like Austin or McMahon or something like that, that had to be the loudest match, louder than the main event. That I can definitely say it like that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, just coming through TV.
Doing his body slam. It was the biggest pop. Like Acefield said, there is always room for something like this on the card, and it worked phenomenally because not just, you know, the humor and everything. It gives a little bit more of a diverse type of wrestling, I guess, if you want to call it that. But like you said, it gives Sami Zayn a spot on the card. And if Sami Zayn was not on that card, it would have just blew my mind because he's been one of the best heels WWE's had in recent years. So for him not to be on the card would be just abysmal. But Tyson says, Mae Young, Mark Henderson, smack Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. All grown up. Cold Equestria says the peak of goofy wrestling BS. I loved it. Oh my, you know,
it was good.
So Freem says, I'm not mad at what Mania was. I'm mad because of what it could have been. No Balor, no Ricochet. But Logan Paul, McAfee.
Well, let's just go back to Ricochet is about as interesting as this fucking white wall right here.
All right. So let's break this down a little bit. And maybe, I guess I'll throw it on because maybe we'll ruffle some feathers. But
hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Name me a matchup that Ricochet could have had on Mania. That would have been more interesting than besides like a ladder match. Sure, I'll give you.
Yeah,
that.
right.
The only way that I could have been interested in a Ricochet or a Finn Balor match, all right, maybe Finn Balor has a little bit more options, but a Ricochet match is if you put that title in a ladder match.
Again, like the way they've been booking it. Now it's Ricochet, I think, is just super boring. Yeah, he's good in the ring, whatever, but to me, it's like so choreographed. It's like it takes me out of it. Finn Balor, you know, he on the other hand, he's just been booked poorly. And what's he going to do? Have a match with Damian Priest, green jacket, gold jacket? Who gives a shit? You know, I don't know. It was. You know, if you just throw in a match, and we talk about this all the time, you just throw in a match, just for the sake of let's talk about Bobby and Omos. Just the same reason. That's why we didn't like the match. You just throwing it in for what? And to tell a story on Monday night, basically. True. You know, that's going to waste my time, and that's when people get frustrated. That's 15 minutes where I'm getting my time wasted, and I start playing on my phone, and I lose attention, and then that's it.
It's weird because for Ricochet, like they were saying, you know, Ricochet is being like poised to be the number 2 babyface on SmackDown, but like they give him a match on SmackDown before WrestleMania with Angel Garza and Carrillo.
Like, Humberto Carrillo. That was such a weird match. It was such a weird match.
Now, I will say, if you take Ricochet, Los Lotharios, whatever they're calling themselves, and the 2 tag teams of the New Day and Sheamus and Butch or whoever, and you put them in a ladder match, at least there's something there.
Yeah. I mean, you could take
I can't get now. Right. Look, Nick Storm said Ricochet versus Finn Balor. Just let him have a banger. I mean, I would like to see it, but like,
is it really gonna be a banger? Like, I don't know.
That's the only thing. Maybe on the pre-show, I would say like Ricochet, Finn Balor, put him on the pre-show. But like with the way that the card was built, you have to think of this from like a big standpoint. Like, you know, WrestleMania is viewed by alone in the stadium 140,000 people across 2 nights, give or take the 2-night fucking 2-day people that were both nights, whatever. But 140 people filled up AT&T Stadium across 2 nights. Do people really want to see Ricochet if there's no ladders? You know what I mean?
Do a little 640 or whatever. Do.
Give him a little move and then
that's my problem with Ricochet. He has no character. I don't care about him. And you're gonna put those 2 together. What are you gonna unify the titles? Like, what are you gonna do? What story are you gonna give me? Because you got 2 baby faces. Is somebody gonna turn heel? Or are they just go, we're gonna compete because we're men? Okay. Yeah. No, you're gonna compete because you don't have a spot on the card.
Let's see other comments that we have here. If you add up the time wasted on the video packages and entrances, there was an hour and 30 minutes of wrestling on the 4-hour card. Cut out the recap vids of night 1, and you had room for both titles.
Well, but you have to tell a story, though.
I will say from my standpoint, I thought the pacing of the show was fine. Like, even with the video, so too. I thought it was okay. I didn't really mind a lot of the videos.
They didn't have to do night 1 videos again.
Yeah, you could have cut out you could have done them shorter, but like,
and it was confusing to watch it on night 1. They had the night 2 stuff, and you're like, wait, is this gonna be tonight? Yeah, it was a little confusing.
That confused a lot of the people in the crowd. They were like, "Oh my god, we're seeing Edge and AJ tonight," and it was on night 1. Like,
right.
Nick Storm says the IC title match should be a staple in Mania, especially without Money in the Bank on Mania.
I mean, I'm fine with that. That would be it.
I'm okay with that. But
again,
it's
what are you going to do with Finn?
Like, how many times can you do the ladder match? Like, how many different ways can you do? That's why, looking back, like doing the Classic Match Classroom, seeing what they did with Razor and Shawn in that ladder match, and seeing what they do now with the ladder matches with multi-man, all these different ladders, it becomes a case of what else could you do to really overtop the next match? Because that's really what these matches should be, is like you're trying to top the next one. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I didn't think you needed it, but it would have been nice to see a ladder match. Of course, it's Mania. I've been following Ricochet since 2015. It wasn't boring until he got to the E. Yes, that's very true. I mean, he wasn't really given the chance to, at least from what I've seen, to talk, because like New Japan, you don't really do a lot of promos. It's more unscripted. But like once he got to WWE, he was awful.
But see, here you say that, like, even in NXT, he was boring.
Yeah.
NXT, he has a little bit more. I've never, to be honest with you, to be fair, like I never saw his New Japan stuff or anything like that. But I don't know. I just never heard. I never understood the hype. So,
I mean, he's. I feel like he's more of like a spectacle wrestler. You know, he has like the flips. I think that's what WWE is trying to push. But like in WWE, you need a character, and he just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that personality. And they're trying to force it on him, but it's still not working. Ace says entrances are needed to be long, but no need for Cricket Wireless commercials, recap videos of night 1, video packages.
We need Cricket Wireless commercials because Hawk has no cell phone signal at all. So he needs to switch to Cricket Wireless.
He needs that. That was for Hawk, those videos. It's not just about Ricochet. It's about the disrespect of the IC title. Same title, Macho and Steamboat wrestled over. Isn't on the card. It's sad. All right,
I saw that. Yeah,
sad.
but the IC title's been dead for years now.
Yeah,
Ever since Miz lost it, to be honest, Miz almost had it back, and they killed it. I mean, the IC title before Shinsuke lost it hadn't been defended in quite some time.
Right.
So
I'm thinking that they think Ricochet is such an in-ring spectacle. Exactly, that he doesn't really need a character, but they're trying to force a character on him, which is weird. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with Ricochet is weird because, yes, like Prince Puma and Lucha Underground was good, but also, like, it's WWE. Like, we don't do Lucha, pal. We do, we make movies. So, who knows?
Chad's got a great comment. Thank you, Chad, for chiming in.
All flash, no substance.
That's perfect. Boom.
Green, what is it? Green jacket, gold jacket. Who gives a shit? All right. With that being said, we've talked a lot about. Sorry, your brain is so smooth and aerodynamic. You flew right by me with that one. Says Freems. I think Chad's on our side personally for the whole Raw Down versus Honor Society.
He knows what's up.
He knows what's up. He doesn't want to say it, but he knows what's up.
He's a WWE fan.
Deep down, deep in the pores of his skin, he's a WWE fan. He was marking out to Mania like.
Oh yeah.
All right. What other matches do we have on the card? Let's talk about. I mean, this one was what it was. It didn't really pick up until the end.
It's
For
fine.
the women's match. What I'll tell you is that the only teams that should have been involved in this match were Liv and Rhea and Sasha and Naomi, because those were the only teams that the crowd gave a shit about. No one else cared about Shayna and Natalya. No one cared about Queen Zelina and Carmella.
Nobody cares about the women's tag match division.
That's very true as well.
Including WWE.
But look, like Shayna and Naomi, Liv and Rhea, like those are at least people that like people care about. I don't know why they insisted on throwing the other. Like, what does Natty have to be on the card every year? I would rather see Ricochet on the card than Natty. I'll tell you that. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know why I hate Natalya. I can't sit here and act like Natalya is a great wrestler anymore. She's an awful character. She's reliable in the ring. She does that fucking yay, which I can't stand. She's awful. She comes down, she's a heel, right? She's making her entrance, and she's slapping the fans' hands. Are you a heel or are you a face, Natty? I'm done. I'm done with acting like Natty's one of the greatest of all time. Enough with this. I'm done. I'm done with Natty. There's my rant for the night. Happy Raw Down, everyone. Anyways, Freem says me and Chad have very heated wrestling debates. That's the way it is, man. All wrestling fans. Some cool spots, and yes, I mean the tower thing that they did.
God, I hate the tower. I can't remember where I saw this, but somebody said, "Oh, I can't wait till they do the 6-woman power bomb suplex of doom." It's so
it always happens.
Fucking stupid. God, I hate it so much.
Says they've ruined Shayna. Should have been a beast. Absolutely. Oh, and I got some support. Here we go. Natty is boring. Yes. Natalya's promos make me want to die. Yes. When I hear her speak, death. Yes. And I got Flames on my side, which is always great. All right, cool. Women's IC when they don't cut half the roster.
Right, there you go. Yes.
Right.
When they have more than 9 women on the roster, then talk to me.
And Freem says, I was just shitting on Natty in the voice chat on the Discord. Everyone should join. Yes, let's plug the Discord. That's a perfect transition. Where's the graphic? Here it is. The Discord, turnbuckletavern.com, theturnbuckletavern.com, Discord, join the community. All the cool kids are doing it. I fucked up that ad.
God,
Jesus. The turnbuckletavern.com, join the Discord. All the cool kids are doing it. Thank you again, Freems, for that. Always gotta plug the Discord every once in a while. I'd rather see Tamina than Natty, says Tyson. You know,
what is meaner than Tamina?
That's truly green jacket, gold jacket right there. Tamina versus Natty.
This whole match was, to be honest with you. So
Shillbilly, says Freems. All right, what else do we have? Let's run through some other of these matches. So let's get to this one. Pat McAfee, Austin Theory. What a match. This was fun. This was exactly what it needed to be. McAfee did all of his spots. They did the White Stripes song. What else?
Which is a horrible song.
Hold on. No. We're not gonna wait for it.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
You are not gonna sit here and
Seven Nation Army is a good
Seven
song.
Nation Army is a phenomenal song, is what you meant.
Oh my god.
My question is, so
Shit
Pat
song.
McAfee was on the Colts, right? Indianapolis Colts.
Correct.
Why is the Dallas Cowgirls?
Well, let's see. Because they were in Dallas.
Well, yes, I know.
That kind of looked like they would be the Colts cheerleaders.
They're blue.
They're wearing blue. Who cares, damn it?
Same
Both
shit.
Cowboys, Colts, it doesn't matter. Get them out of there. We need more tits, damn it.
No, but this match was everything it needed to be. And just when you think that, you get the McAfee flip and he's doing all of these moves and it's great, end the match, McAfee wins. Fucking Vince McMahon rips his shirt off in a humongous pop. I don't care. This has, you're talking about, I got to see Stone Cold, Cody Rhodes. I got to see a 76-year-old Vince McMahon rip his button-down shirt and reveal his black tank top. That is one of the greatest moments of my life. The fact that I got to see that.
So somebody
Unreal.
said, like, when he came down, like, is he wearing orthopedic shoes? Like, what is he wearing? But it was like his wrestling shoes,
Oh my goodness.
But
Let me get before we talk about McMahon and Austin, let me get to some of these comments. Shayna Baszler feels like she should have been a female Brock, 2012 Brock sort of thing. Yes. And
they
then
dropped the ball with Shayna.
Then they dropped the ball.
Huge.
Let's see. So we have J-Bone is officially disowned. The Seven Nation Army sucks. Instant. Yeah, I think we might lose some people to Honor Society after that one. You're not helping our cause. McAfee was also on WVU.
West Virginia. Yeah, he was West Virginia guy.
West Virginia. McAfee gets licensed music while Austin Theory, future of the company, gets .wav stock music. That's a great.
That's good.
Ace, I hate you for stealing our title, but you do have some good comments tonight. I will give you that. White Stripes rule. Come on, J-Bone. Really? That might need to be like the official theme song of the tavern, or at least the Raw Down.
Absolutely.
Join the Discord.
I hate that fucking song.
Cody is with
finally.
You. When Vince and McAfee wore the same attire, that was what I was thinking. He pulled off his shirt. Come on. Because they're the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. God damn it. All right. So we have a hot take from Acefield. I'm not going to do the graphic for you because you stole our title. But too much street clothes wearing as wrestling attire. I missed one. Tights were a prerequisite.
I don't hate it.
It's whatever. Oh, wait a second.
That,
there he is.
Look
at him.
Oh,
the MVP's here.
I got to say something.
Okay.
You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
Oh shit.
Boy.
And I'm
He's
just
wearing his
fresh
shirt.
out for the we just recorded an episode of the Chick Foley show, so I think I'm like Rick Rude. Back in the 90s, I'm on both shows at the same time.
The ravishing one is here.
Yes.
Well, you're in perfect time because we just got our title belt stolen from us.
Oh no. That's right.
Oh yeah, you missed it.
It's over
desecrated. I know. I know.
It's over in the Honor Society.
We didn't get it back.
And you know that President Sneed, he turned heel on us.
Yeah, President Sneed.
I knew he was up to something, man. He was
a crook.
I blame you, Marco. So
what did I do?
He's blaming everyone else because he's the one that's going to be doing the NXT report.
Well, what do you guys have to win, and you let Steve win? God damn.
I was close. I'm so mad that I should have picked Charlotte. I should have picked Charlotte.
It came down to the final point.
And you didn't pick AJ. You picked AJ.
Yeah, I picked because I thought he was due for a win. I'll take the blame. I mean,
I'll take the blame for that. A little bit of it,
I
not
still
all of
blame
it.
J-Bone for
I blame
picking,
J-Bone
Seth
for
Rollins and like
yeah, no, that
fucking-
I'm blaming him for that week he was gone and he went and visited Sneed and he probably like
I think a
pissed him
light
off.
switch flicked on Sneed's head. He's like, you know what?
Yeah, he probably
Fuck
pissed
the
him
Raw
off.
down.
Yeah, but no, it definitely is J-Bone's fault.
It's so J-Bone's fault.
It's
Also, you missed J-Bone calling Seven Nation Army an awful song, which
awful.
is
It's the worst.
just such a bad take.
I don't know
And
if it's
yes,
an awful song.
when I get my title back, that will be my entrance
Oh
theme.
my god!
And, I will pay for the copyright strike. For the
Yeah. So anyway, we're on the Pat McAfee. We start with night 2. We're on Pat McAfee
Nice.
right now.
As you can see, you got to rep.
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
rep the code,
We're,
sir.
we're getting there. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that one.
Yeah. So but as far as like the Pat McAfee match, I mean, I thought it was pretty awesome. So I have to say, I was just on a previous podcast, the Slaw Office. You can check me out, sports podcast, and you know they kind of cover NFL and that kind of stuff, like fake sports. We cover real sports here, but anyways, but one of the guys on there, he's not really up on wrestling and whatnot, but he knows Pat McAfee and whatnot, and he had to say, he said something interesting. Pat McAfee's starting to bring in those casual viewers.
Yeah,
but is he still the biggest signing? Absolutely not. No.
When am I going to get my flowers? I'm sitting here flowerless. Let me.
They're at Albertson's, pal. Go get them.
There you go.
Because I'm never wrong. I am never wrong. In recent years, Pat McAfee is not the biggest signing. He's the most important signing for the WWE.
Yeah.
And until I get
most
my
important
flowers,
than Cody Rhodes
here on my mountain, like the true wrestling predictions god that I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
And good night.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely important for the casual casual fan. Yeah,
and that was my point.
I never
said he was the greatest wrestler of all time. I never said that he was the
greatest broadcaster.
You said it was the most important. I said I agree with you in some regard that he's important, but not the most important.
Who was
not the most important?
AJ Styles?
As far
in recent years.
More important than him, yes.
What has AJ Styles done for the WWE compared to Pat McAfee on making the WWE bigger, making it grander? What has he done?
I think he's done a lot. He brings in those New Japan fans. He brings in a lot more eyes than Pat McAfee would.
Okay, AJ Styles gets brought in, and we got this new wave of NXT being focused more on professional wrestling, and then it all dies out, and we're back to NXT 2.0. So
I don't understand your question.
I'm saying AJ Styles gets brought in from 2016 to 2019. It's a heavily focused on in-ring action for NXT and even on the main roster.
But he never was in NXT.
No, I know, but I'm saying he was the first guy to really bring in that independent wrestling or just outside wrestling.
No, not at all.
Yeah, for sure. He was at least the first guy
not at
who
all.
wasn't brought in.
Finn
and
Balor, you had Kevin Owens, you had.
I think he's saying he was like that first signing. He opened like the floodgates. So you had like AJ Styles and Finn Balor came in, and Shinsuke Nakamura, then Asuka.
Shinsuke came in at the same time as him.
Yeah,
Finn was already there. Kevin was already there.
Yeah, but Kevin wasn't the same as Kevin Steen.
I think
Sami Zayn's not the same as El Generico. AJ Styles was the same as AJ Styles just a few months ago when he was wrestling New Japan in ROH before they brought him in to WWE. From there on out, every other wrestler like Adam Cole, Ricochet, Undisputed Era, they all kept their characters, and the focus became heavily on wrestling. And then it died out when Vince said, we can't have wrestling on my wrestling show. We gotta make movies. And here we are back to where we were at square one.
Okay, so Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes.
He's probably right now the most important. I mean, the most important sign that they have right now. Recently,
Brock Lesnar.
That's gonna tell. It's gonna tell in like a few years or now, or what's gonna happen. With AEW. But,
but what I think Anthony's saying is with AJ Styles, he was kind of like that first like big name from the Indies that kept, like he said, kept his gimmick. He didn't come in and they didn't change him.
If that's the reason why he's the most important signing, we're back to square one. People are getting their names changed.
Yeah,
there's no independent wrestlers being signed. There's no impact. It had an impact for like maybe 2 years, and now we're back to where we were.
But you can always say that gets changed around at any time. Like they could tomorrow be like, oh, we're going to sign independent wrestlers. You know.
I don't think that would.
I don't think that's. I think once they like made NXT defunct and now it's NXT 2.0 and
it's over. Like
WWE's
there's no
Ronda Rousey. You're saying is less important than Pat McAfee?
No, she was an important signing.
I mean, pretty important.
Yeah,
for a year.
I would say she's very important. You could argue that without that, I think they were. That's what they were. Their goal was to get Rousey over to WWE to build that women's division up. And look where they're at now. They're starting to get some ground swelling on that again. You know,
I think they were already building with the 4 horsewomen when they were moved up.
Right, but what I'm saying is they were that was the goal. Okay, we need to build women's wrestling so we could get the Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, now we got to put it. All right, I get that. Yeah,
okay.
Ronda Rousey's going to be that tipping point where they're going to sign her. Now it's going to be a legit thing. Now we're going to be able to main event essentially. We're going to put
that's
women
fair. All right, I'll give you Ronda because yes, it helped elevate.
Brock Lesnar
Evolution. Well, Evolution wouldn't have worked without Ronda. WrestleMania main event wouldn't have worked without Ronda. And now we're getting a lot more Evolution. I'll give you Ronda.
Yeah. So Brock Lesnar, I would probably say no. He was signed in 2003 or.
But no, his statement was it was the last 10 years. He was signed. No, he was re-signed in 2012 when he came back from UFC.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess we could say last 10 years, but Brock, I wouldn't say.
That's what your statement was.
Like, well, then cultural impact.
Well, then you have to throw in Goldberg too. After that, you might have to throw Goldberg in when they re-signed him to a Legends deal, and he brought a lot of eyes back to.
If anything, Brock's done more harm. If we're really going to make the argument,
oh, get out of here!
Like I'm not making the argument. I'm just saying. Get
out of here.
I want him to explain actually a little bit. You don't have to we don't have to go deep into it, but I want to hear what you're. I'm curious.
I mean,
this is a hot take, I think.
As far as not really elevating, but people will make the argument.
I'll give you he's in top 5, but most important, no.
I don't. I'll have to think about Ronda being number 1, but Pat is at least top 3.
5. I give it top 5.
I mean, you just have to look at it from hindsight, how much of an impact AJ really had, how much of an impact, especially after this Mania, how much of an impact Pat McAfee has had. It's a lot of things to think about.
Well, actually, you know what? The funny thing is Finn Balor was not. He had to change his name. He didn't have the same. He was Prince Devitt and
Penta, Hideo Itami.
Penta, yeah, there was a few name changes that happened in that influx of signings. A lot, man. Yeah, so I mean,
got to think about it. But
there might be another episode. Then we have to deep.
That might be a debate. I think that might have to be a debate.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I just want to get to some comments real quick. People who hate. Yeah, this is true. J-Bone, anything you say doesn't matter because you hate 7 Nation Army. So I don't need your opinion.
7 Nation Army. I like 3 chords in my music.
It's simple and effective. That's what they're going for.
That's the way it is. All you need is a guitar and drum. That's all you need.
Oh, simple-minded folks.
Nick Storm says Cody over Pat, and
he knows what he's talking about. He's a smart man.
Yeah, Ronda over Styles also. Cheezel Bub says.
Yeah.
And then Acefield says, "Look at this heel. I can't with it." Marco,
what does he say?
Title
thank you.
He is so close to
Oh,
being
I'll-
not worried about
Go
being
to the Artist Society then, Marco.
I mean,
Just you wait.
I am glad.
Ace.
You know what?
I'm gonna.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm hoping, since I am he's recognizing my talent, and he's recognizing that I am a viable threat, that I should be the one to bring that title back to Raw Down. I know, Anthony. I know you want the title
And
back.
I think you're wrong.
I know.
But,
I mean, it could be a tactic where he's like undermining you guys, and but I mean, I got to respect him for respecting me first and foremost. So.
No. We're not respect. I was talking about this before. We need to unite. We are facing it's Raw Down versus the world, and we're gonna sit here and do a petty argument. We need to sit here and we need to act as a united force to take.
We'll do that,
back, and then we can decide that I'm the true tag team champions. But that's besides the point.
Oh my god!
Also, Acefield says the irony of picking AJ Styles and ROH legend being the reason the title came over us in the loss. That's pretty ironic.
He's an impact. He's an impact wrestler.
Turnbuckle Tavern. Do you want to feel more popular? Use the promo code for 10 viewers. Promotions, rank system, nice prices, and more. Google us. Get Viewers Pro. If you want to give up ad, write us, and we will turn it off. Look, top OLGF. You just got your free promotion on that.
There you go.
So
goddamn, pal.
I hope it works for you. 4 viewers. Hope you
Wait, why'd you get rid of that? I want to write down that promo code.
Oh, go ahead. GVP. All right. Let's go right in. Let's talk about some other matches. I mean, we were already talking about the man. We might as well talk about his match. AJ Styles and Ed.
Heartbreaking.
Yes, the match that cost our title. Were you guys disappointed in this match? I wasn't.
I was a little, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't the obviously it wasn't
like
the
the
best
ending.
match of the weekend. Yeah, the ending was good. I just don't like the Damian Priest. They could have waited till Raw for Damian Priest to interfere. Maybe run back Edge versus AJ and then have him interfere early in the match or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't. I mean, yeah, I don't think it lived up to the hype personally.
This is the second year that an AJ Styles match was like kind of under delivered at Mania. I feel like the Shinsuke, that was a huge kind of
his match with Orton was good though. Him and Randy Orton
this match was fine. Like outside of the Damian Priest stuff, I thought it was a really solid match.
It was
There was just too much like laying around.
I think I was like, you gotta take into effect. Obviously, AJ Styles is like, an athletic specimen. And then Edge is also, but at the same time, Edge is older, and his matches are a lot more. We're used to seeing AJ Styles fly over the ring, a little bit more fast paced when he's in his matches. But
that's
Edge,
a good point.
He had to slow it down a little bit, so I think that kind of killed it for us.
I don't know how much chemistry they actually had.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go with the big guy. Usually, big guys and little guys are. Brock Lesnar is a proven fact where you put him in the ring with Rey Mysterio or Ricochet, it's going to be probably one of Brock Lesnar's best matches because he sells. He literally does everything. He gives and takes. But this match, I think AJ was playing more to Edge's style of wrestling,
right?
Which is like that, slow, methodical story. Which I love storytelling. I love all that stuff. But for AJ, it's kind of I don't see him as like a storyteller in the ring, essentially.
No.
Like with the facial expressions, with the physical movements, and like the little nuances and stuff. I don't pick that up from him in his matches anyway. But I do that with Edge, and I don't think AJ was reciprocating that that type of play.
Well, one thing I could see is they were playing up this. We want the Pitbull AJ. So maybe he was kind of playing that down a little bit to further the storyline later. Like, oh, you want the Pitbull AJ, and then we'll see that Pitbull AJ later on. Fair. So maybe that's it's storytelling, bro.
If he
storytelling, bro. Ace says this match never really got going. It was 20 minutes in. It still felt like it was that was exactly what happened with the Nakamura match at WrestleMania. I mean, I think there needs to be better pacing. Like, I feel like AJ's big matches, like we're used to like the Wrestle Kingdoms where it like takes a while, but like the slow build eventually builds up into this huge match. I feel like 20 minutes just like wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
Or they just have to build it properly because like you could do a slow build in 20 minutes, but like you could you need to give him like at least 30. And I feel like until we get that, it's always going to be like this AJ Styles match under-delivered because we know what, what he's used to.
I can say that.
Ace also said, think it had to do a lot with Edge's new character playing the heel, working a slow pace, which I would also like to say that entrance, fucking loved the entrance with the throne and everything, the fire.
Yeah, I mean,
so good. But I thought it was okay.
I like Damian Priest as his new heater.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good spot for him. I've always been high on Damian Priest, and I like him. I think I like him more of a heel, not this like party guy gimmick or whatever he kind of was.
It works a lot better.
Yeah, being like a baby face. Yeah,
he's bland as a face. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think this is gonna work. I think give this some time to breathe, and I think it's gonna be better.
I need someone to step up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Not you two, obviously. I have to be the one to step up and reclaim our title.
This is ridiculous. I cannot believe that we were already fighting over this title and we don't even have the fucking title fight.
We don't even have, it's not even here. We don't have the graphic or anything.
This is going to be the worst fucking NWO versus WCW ever. This is WCW just like killing each other as NWO.
Oh my God. We got to unite. We got to be like Luger, Sting, and Macho Man, just uniting. And trying to fight off the NWO. That's what we need to do.
Ace also says what we aren't talking about is AJ Styles having his Hogan black eye moment. He nicked his head on the entranceway.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah,
that entranceway. So he just busted his head. That's all it was.
Because when he came out, you didn't see anything, and then it started like trickling down more and more as he was walking down. So then I think he noticed. He was like, "Oh, whoa, yeah, I'm bleeding."
Yeah,
there's a video that he was walking up, and you just see him go, boom.
I thought
you're bleeding.
Now that
oh,
they're
shit. That was the perfect time. Hold on,
you're bleeding.
You're bleeding.
I did not catch on to that.
Yeah, what I thought was he. Now that I'm thinking of it, he probably found out. Hey, you guys are only going 20 minutes tonight. We're not going to give you that long. And he got into a little scuffle with someone. So then as he walks out, he has that blood trickling down. I thought he had got into a fight before he walked out there. That's what I thought.
I thought he Goldberged himself there for a second. It's on the side of the head.
He had a stormtrooper moment that he came out and he had his head on the door frame. Have you ever seen that in Star Wars? That it's like on shoot, the guy who was playing a stormtrooper, he's walking in and he hits his head right on the door frame. He had a stormtrooper moment there.
Yeah.
Oh man. But all right, so let's see. So Chad says, I know this is not on topic, all good. Well, did you guys think Gable was going to join Street Profits in a heel turn? I personally think that would have been a ballsy, fun shakeup for storylines.
Yeah, I did. I thought that was happening actually I thought that was happening.
I could see it, but like
it'd be pretty cool as a just like, I think I'm not sure what his personality's like, but he doesn't look like he has much of a personality. So
yeah,
I think sticking him with the Street Profits would have helped. Yeah, so
they're gonna have to. Oh, you said shoot. He's talking about Gable Steveson.
Yeah, he's talking about Gable Steveson.
Oh, Chad Gable. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Chad Gable. I was like, I don't know.
No, Chad Gable definitely has personality. He definitely proved that. She could be a shoosh. But
shoosh drop. That's the one that we're forgetting.
Yeah, we need.
I think
we need that.
Yeah, I mean, it could work, but like you got to do something big with Gabe. If you're hyping him up this much, and Marco, we were talking about this before you came in, but like they were already overdoing it with Gabe Stevenson.
We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about it on the Chick-fil-A show. Like you did like the down moments, like like the worst one. Stephanie McMahon just walking him out and trotting him out like he's like, I don't know, like I don't know what the hell.
Turn angle.
Just walked him out. Hey, Gable Stevenson, and they walk back. It's like, what was it? Why do we need to see that?
He gave me Mark Henry vibes.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Or maybe keep it a surprise and have him come in that next night
Marco, you remember whenever Mark Henry did that and he came out in his like red, white, and blue gear and he came out and attacked Jerry the King Lawler or whatever.
Yeah, do something like that.
But that's what it seemed like to me. Like that's what they were doing. Because I mean, red, white, and blue. Mark Henry was like, what are we doing here, pal?
No, exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So
let's talk about the main event real quick before we get into night one. Brock and Roman. So obviously Roman was injured. Cut the match short. I believe it was 12 minutes.
Is that for sure?
Yep. Dislocated his shoulder, popped it back in.
Okay.
There was that, and then I heard he tore his tricep too. Did you see that picture? Like his tricep was like super swollen. They're saying that as well. We were kind of going back and forth with this on the show. I mean, some think it's a shoot, some think it's like a work. So
it's definitely a shoot. They ended the show so much earlier than
it seemed kind of abrupt. Yeah, like the ending was abrupt. Like it seemed like there was a lot more. Like we talked about, like how Roman Reigns kind of has his matches have a build to the end of it. Yeah, essentially, like you know what's coming. The finish of the match is happening, and this one just seemed like it out of nowhere. It just ended. And it was weird. It was a weird match. Not the greatest match of all time. I'll tell you that much. They definitely built that wrong. The only greatest
match to put that title on.
I mean, to me, the only greatest wrestling match ever is obviously Randy Orton and Edge from Backlash. So I mean, that one actually lived up to the name if you want to compare the two. But that match was
I did love Randy versus Edge. That was a very good match.
I don't know. Didn't live up to the hype in my eyes. I'm gonna be straightforward. I think
like I said, I don't know how much you can really blame the injury on that, but still, regardless, the match is done, and
I thought it was okay. I mean, like,
it was okay.
Yeah,
it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. Edge versus Randy.
I love it. Keep it going. Fight forever.
Well, now I know that we're not really talking about Raw and SmackDown, but like, what do you think happens on SmackDown now? Roman's hyping up. Roman comes out the night after WrestleMania
and
to hype up SmackDown.
Yeah, does a commercial.
So
does a commercial for SmackDown. Like,
what happens?
I think they had plans in place, in my opinion, but I think they're going to kind of wait and see what's going to happen with Roman. It's too early, so that's why they just kind of threw him out there.
Well, that's another thing why I think it's I think he actually injured himself because he can't work 2 shows if he's injured. Yep. He can't work Monday Night Raw, and even though like they're probably not going to have like the champion on every single show or whatever, but like only when it's like time to build for a championship match. But that seemed kind of abrupt too.
Yep.
Like I was thinking that 6-man tag was supposed to have Roman in it. With the one that where Austin Theory was with the Usos, I'm thinking Roman was supposed to be in that match, and that might have been the main event of Raw, but they had to change plans because he might be injured.
Well, it's changed, pal.
That's bad too. If he is actually injured and he has to be away for a few months,
it'll be interesting. I don't know.
Like I said, we don't know. There hasn't been any news. There hasn't no dirt sheets are reporting. But at the same time, do you want that news getting out that your biggest star is possibly injured?
Depending on how long he's gonna be out. If he's out 2 months, it'll be okay. They can last 2 months.
Yeah.
Just give Cody.
I was gonna say thankfully Roman doesn't.
Well, I don't even think you need to do that. If it goes to like where it's like maybe SummerSlam, then you need to do like an interim title. I would hate that because. Man, he's on such a roll right now.
Yep.
Yeah. I would hate to do like this interim title, but you gotta do something.
Just let him hold the belt. Like, how long did Brock hold that title? And he defended it once. Well, what, like 5 times?
True,
like,
but then
I
don't know.
It just like I said, it depends on how long he's out. You can't be out till SummerSlam without having a world champion. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what they did back in the day, though. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have world champions defending all the time. I mean, of course, they're on a house show.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So let's go into night one now. Just some stuff I want to get out of the way. I was really upset with this match just because I really wanted to see them pull out a good match. Rick Boogs getting injured.
Yep. Speaking of injuries,
yeah. I mean, for what it was worth, the ending stage that they kind of improvised, it was pretty good. Nakamura with the Usos, I thought it was fine for what it was supposed to be. It's annoying.
You know what I do like is they don't like try to like whatever hide the injury, like they just blatantly put it out there, oh, he's injured, and then they replayed it, and it's like it gives that sports feel a little bit. It's like, oh, look, his knee buckled or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was. I mean, I don't want Boogs getting hurt, obviously, but give us some little bit of realism to it,
Yeah, it definitely helped. But that match was entertaining until obviously that. I think I'm not sure if Shinsuke and Boogs would have won, but it definitely kind of looked like, the crowd reaction there. I mean, they could have pivoted a little bit and had them win the titles.
Yep, but just a nothing match here. But Drew versus Baron Corbin, I thought it was cool. The crowd actually popped pretty big when he kicked out at the end of days.
Yeah. We saw that on TV. It's a decent match. It was good.
Whether there's anything else,
it's fine.
It was Corbin.
This is a perfect match. What I was telling you, how people like kind of showed out, right?
Right.
Matches they came out. They came out and they exceeded expectations in this match, because
I mean, something told me that we were going to get a decent match out of these guys, just because it's like, as much as we like to shit on like the Madcap Moss and stuff, like Drew and Baron, as little momentum as they have, they're two of the most reliable workers that WWE have.
Yeah, that was a decent match. It wasn't like an awful match or anything like that. It was a good pace. Hats off to the ring guys, by the way, for when he cut the ropes. Dude, those ropes were back up like in no time. Like that was actually pretty.
And they were also on off centered, but that's okay.
Yeah, no. Right?
God bless those video packages, because it gave them enough time to get those ring ropes back.
Exactly.
Another match that surprised the hell out of me. Logan Paul getting
enjoy this one.
J-Bone, can you finally
fuck Logan Paul?
I knew it. I knew something.
Fuck him.
Nah, he impressed me, dude.
He impressed me.
He impressed me, man. Yeah, and then there's like, obviously now there's you can go and check. There's a bunch of videos of him training and stuff like that. So he did put the work in.
He did.
I
knew he was going to put the work in.
I didn't think he was going to put any work in. I thought he was just going to go out there and just do whatever. And I'm naturally athletic. I can do this type of thing. Right. But he did, and he was actually putting the work in. And I mean, he looked good, dude. I mean,
so what I will
say
is that I'm not so much as impressed in the ring move, in the moves that he did, as much as I am the heat.
The crowd work. The crowd was,
because he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
He's a natural.
Exactly.
Heel.
And it works so well. Bro, he started pulling out once he hit that first suplex and he stayed on the ground with him, I was like,
the Three Amigos, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Then the frog splash with the little shimmy, dude.
He did the little shimmy.
Yeah, that was good, man.
Great stuff. I don't know if Logan's going to stay around. I hope not, because I feel like Logan versus Miz is not going to.
I think that's probably that's coming next.
I think that's SummerSlam, dude.
SummerSlam
match, yeah.
Yep,
callback. Yep.
If Miz is a face, then it'll work. But like, there's no way you could do Logan Paul as a face. It just doesn't work, man. It does not work.
They tried to get him as a babyface last year. That's when Kevin Owens was a babyface, and they paired him with Kevin Owens, and and like the crowd was moving, so he was like, stun him.
Yeah. Acefield says waste of Drew here, but the match was fun. The slow-mo of the plastic sword bending.
Yeah.
Was it plastic?
Yeah.
You're plastic.
You're all plastic. Nick Storm says Logan impressed the hell out of me. Can't wait to see more of him. Hopefully,
me and Nick Storm are on the same wavelength.
I don't want to see anything with Logan Paul.
We share similar.
That would be cool gear to have a figure of, though.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome figure.
He had really good gear. Three Amigos and the Eddie Shimmy were fantastic. Steve also says this isn't a one-off for Paul. I've read that he has multiple matches signed for get used to him. Yeah, I figured. He's working.
He's not working me. He's not working.
He's working you, J-Bone.
Yeah, no, I think there's more Logan Paul.
He's a piece of shit. Like
he's done some piece of shit worthy stuff. I will give you that.
He definitely has.
$6 million Charizard PSA turn was amazing.
That's a flex and a half, dude.
Yep. And if they made a Pokemon card accessory for his figure, we're gonna need that Nintendo collaboration. I don't think we'll ever get that, but regardless, let's move on to another match here. Let's see. All right. So maybe a hot take. I won't do the graphic, but this was match of the weekend for me for WrestleMania.
No.
I have to eat a little crow on this one, man. Becky did work, man.
She did work. She did good.
She proved me otherwise.
I'm surprised you're saying that, Marco, because like even from my standpoint, like I think Bianca carried this match. I thought Becky was okay, but
you think so?
I think Bianca carried this match.
I mean, Bianca showed out.
Yeah, she showed out definitely, but I think Becky, held her own as well. I think when that she rose to the occasion. I think, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, she was okay. She was fine, Becky, but like you could just tell, like Bianca, it was like the Bianca show on that match.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It was her moment. Yeah, definitely.
It was her crowning moment.
That's why she's top 20 wrestlers in the industry right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Female.
Maybe
I think Becky kind of knew that too. That's why I was like, like I said, I think Becky did a great job in that match. But you guys are right. She did that great job because it was she didn't want to take the shine off of Bianca because it was Bianca's night. She won back-to-back WrestleManias. Essentially, became the champion at both times she's been in a championship match. So that's pretty big.
Plus, I would like to say that again, I was correct, even though I predicted Becky to win. I was correct in saying that all roads led to.
It doesn't mean it was a good story. It was not.
I never said it was a good story, but it was a properly built story.
Oh my god! Do I have to go hit the?
Go look in the go check the tapes. Never once did I say that it was a good story. Instead, I said that it was a properly built story.
Yeah, you did say that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
how is it properly built? If it's properly built, how come that Bianca healed off on Becky a week before Mania?
I mean, all faces heal off every once in a while.
I mean,
oh my god,
they're probably testing the waters a little bit. They probably
Hulk Hogan healed all the time, and he was the
ultimate. No, he was let's get this straight. Hogan was always a heel. He was always a heel. He always did heel tactics, poking the eyes. He raking the. He always did heel stuff. Ruining Royal Rumbles, all that stuff. So no,
he's a heel in real life too. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely heel. Yeah, but yeah, we don't have to get into.
He's a shoot heel.
He's a shoot heel.
But yeah, I mean, I think they were testing the waters with Bianca just in case that match didn't go over. If everyone shared the same sentiments like J-Bone did with the storyline, I think they're kind of testing the waters to see if we could turn Bianca, give her some little heel tactics in the match. But I think it worked. I mean, it worked for me. I thought she was turning full heel.
Yeah.
Did they even reference the 26 seconds?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did at the beginning of the match. They kind of recalled it. They
I kind of remember now.
Yeah, gave her the manhandle slam and went for the pin, and she kicked out.
Yeah. He says Becky channeling her inner Uma Thurman with from Kill Bill, kind of a badass look. The match was great. Definitely match of night one, probably second best match of the weekend behind FTR and Briscoes. Yes, I was there for that match. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was
don't even start. I'm ready to go another hour talking about. I'm not.
I'm ready to go another.
But I'm correct. I will say that they're rehabbing Bianca. They wouldn't have had to do that if they hadn't crushed her at.
Yeah,
that's the point. That's the point. You bring back Becky as a strong heel, and you start from the ground.
She's not a strong heel, Anthony. She's not a strong heel. She
beats your top babyface in 20 seconds.
She's not a tweener.
She was a strong heel before. Okay.
No, she left the company. She left the company as a babyface.
Story. You gotta look at it from the story.
She left.
She beats Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. She holds on to that title
I'll have
until
to
she
throw
has
this
to give it
hacksaw
up
Jim Duggan
because she's
at your
pregnant. That's the only reason why she gave up the
She
belt.
left
the
company as a
She's got the
babyface.
title again. She won it in 30 seconds. That's a huge from the story standpoint. That's the biggest heel for the women's division.
But they did not do her any justice.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so they
by the lines they gave her.
Yeah, you're right. So you're both right. So they had the idea of her coming back. What she did to Bianca was probably one of the biggest heel moves like in recent memory, as far as taking that title away from her. But they didn't execute it.
Thank you.
It was not executed properly.
They did.
Like
okay,
Bianca did not execute.
Look.
After that. Yeah,
you got to understand where I'm.
They tried.
She has to continue the heel thing, but she wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. Because I look at this from the writing standpoint, that they did it as well as they could. It came down to the performance of
execution.
Becky.
Yeah,
and the crowd. You also have to take into consideration the crowd reaction.
True. Yeah,
but also mainly Becky because she played into the face side of this thing.
Yeah.
This was the ideal way to start this feud. Have Becky win in 30 seconds off a fluke, but Becky turned face on that move, on that moment. She was a face. She should have been healing it up.
Yeah, this is exactly like if you take the Wizard of Oz. If you take the movie The Wizard of Oz, okay, you have the neighbor lady who's the wicked witch, whatever. Okay?
Sure,
she heals off on Dorothy, right?
Okay,
and it's like you don't have any of the other stuff, and you just see Dorothy waking up, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I love you guys." That's what this was. Like, heal off. Oh, okay, boom, wake up. We're good.
I don't get that point. It's hilarious that you bring up the Wizard of Oz.
We seen that video. Let's not get into that.
There was no middle. Is what I'm trying to get at. There's no middle. There was a beginning and an end, and that's it.
It was a middle.
No, there was a middle, but it was kind of.
It was shitty. It was shitty. There was no story.
Shitty because Becky Lynch is awful.
Yeah,
but they booked it fine.
There was no
it fine.
It was like like how Seth Rollins and even Edge right now, like when they went heel or they did something, they changed their character. They changed everything. So the look, the music changed, like everything. Like they changed their theme, their entrance, and all that stuff. They don't want you cheering for them when they're walking out. Like you don't want to hear that "burn it down" like that. His old music that got people hyped.
Yeah,
Becky didn't do that. She kept that whoa. That's face music. That's not heel music. They need to change her her whole entrance,
true.
her whole.
I will give you that.
Gets people hyped when you hear that whoa.
And the way they booked her, she went up against Doudrop at Royal Rumble. Okay, like that's a babyface move she's got to overcome this challenge of Doudrop.
Yeah, Doudrop was a heel.
Becky went up against Sasha, went up against Bianca, went up against Liv. She had some pretty good opponents too. Don't discredit Becky's run. Across this last went up against Charlotte.
I'm not
Charlotte. Come on now.
I'm not. But what I'm trying to say is that's like what does that do for the story? This does nothing. You got Doudrop.
Same thing that happened with Daniel Bryan. You couldn't go from SummerSlam to WrestleMania straight up Daniel Bryan versus the Authority.
They told a story. They told a story with that.
What with
from Daniel Bryan from SummerSlam to Mania? They told a story.
No, there was the Wyatt family.
They did.
There was family.
That was 1 month. 1 month. 1 month.
1 month of Doudrop.
And you have Liv Morgan. You have whoever else she faced.
That's to build up.
Whatever.
Becky. That's to build her up for Bianca
as what
player.
No.
The whole point was that Bianca loses on Raw, right? Or on Extreme Rules. I forget where the match was. Becky, you even see it in the hype video for the match. She says, "Get back of the line, bitch." And then from there on out, this gives time for Bianca to build herself back up, win at Elimination Chamber, and for Becky to build herself up, beating Doudrop, beating Liv Morgan, beating Charlotte Flair.
But if you look at that Daniel Bryan, you look at the Daniel Bryan story, the Daniel Bryan was way different. He won the title back. He got screwed by the Authority. He lost the title. Got put in a storyline with the Wyatts because to help Finn them push him away from the world title picture, and then they screwed him out of the Royal Rumble. You could say that.
Yep.
Going into
screwed him out of the
you could use that toward. Yes, you could. You could use that. Did they show it on TV? No, but you could use that towards that.
I don't think you can.
I
really don't think you. You can't tell me how the Wyatt family played into that Authority angle whatsoever, unless the Wyatt family were getting paid off by Triple H or something. There's no way.
No,
it's kind of like a side story, almost like a.
It's a side story.
But
that's
him,
what it is.
Him not being in the Royal Rumble
with one
garners
story.
heat.
It never works. It never works.
Him not being in the Royal Rumble, what did it do? It generated heat, right?
Right.
Okay.
I guess
that helped fuel the yes movement.
But what does the Wyatt family have to do with that?
I'm not saying the Wyatt family has anything to do with it.
But that's what I'm saying. What
it was 1 month. We're talking about 6 months of okay, we're gonna put this woman versus this woman and just do this and that, and not have any story towards it. They didn't feature it hard enough, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I think too with the Daniel Bryan story, if you want to compare, there was a clear heel. There was a clear bad guy in that storyline.
That's true.
And in Bianca and Becky, there was not a clear.
Perfect.
There was not a clear bad guy or.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. There is a story. I'm not saying there's not.
Yep.
I'm saying it's not a good story, and it was not executed well.
Yeah. I never said it was a good story.
I know that there's a story. There is a story. It's not a good story though.
Yeah.
I never said it was a good story.
What were the words used?
I said that it was a cohesive story.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Because you don't have that big heel.
Yes. Oh, okay. Let's think about this real quick.
You don't have
Belair, biggest face in the company. Anyone she goes up against is a heel. Becky Lynch. Everyone fucking hates Becky Lynch. Not just because
she's got 50-50 mixed reactions.
Yeah.
That's only from the entrance. I agree with you, Marco. They should have changed the entrance theme. Besides that, when Becky grabs the mic, people hate Becky Lynch.
No, when she grabs the mic, she goes, "Oh, it's good to be here in Cleveland." And then in the next sentence, and they all cheer. And the next sentence, "Oh, by the way, you guys suck." You know,
that's sarcasm. When she
you know who was good at that? Alexa Bliss was great.
She's not good at sarcasm.
Alexa Bliss
I never said Becky Lynch was good.
But that's the problem is you didn't have a definite heel. You didn't have this big monster to climb. Like, why is Becky supposed to be scary to defeat?
The thing was we hate Becky Lynch for doing that to Bianca Belair, right? For defeating her in 26 seconds. But after that, what do you do?
There's nothing.
That's it. There's like where's that immediate threat again for Bianca? Like she's never gonna get that title back from. Like I don't think Becky Lynch did a good job at saying like, you're never gonna get this title ever again. Like she didn't,
But she told her get to the back of the line.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, she could say it, but did she show it? Like, was there any like, any stuff from her like to stop Bianca Belair? Like, sending people after her. Like, remember, like Vince McMahon would like send people after Stone Cold to like make sure you never get the title, or screw him in a match, or
the line. And the line's not that long. It's 4 women on
like Bianca would have.
That's another problem was that they didn't have a lot to work with. But what are you going to do? You're going to take everyone from SmackDown and put them on Raw?
you don't tell that story then.
Like Bianca would have
Bianca
would have matches. Like J-Bone was saying, Bianca would have matches, right? But Becky Lynch was never involved in any of those matches. She wasn't like she would be like sometimes she would sit at commentary, but like not all the time. Like.
They wouldn't reference back. They wouldn't call back to it. Yeah,
nothing. They wouldn't. Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah. I don't know if it was cohesive, but
I think it was. I will use the. I will never say that it was a good story. I will go as far as to say that it was a cohesive story. It was a
story.
It was a story. I think it told a story from SummerSlam to WrestleMania with a small break in between, which is what The Daniel
I
Bryan
would say a
story.
large break in between.
Yeah, those. I mean, then you got to think like Survivor Series is coming up, so they got to pivot to that where the champions are facing the champions, and then obviously there's that
They
bad
don't
blood
have
between
to do that.
Charlotte
They
and
don't have
Becky.
to do that.
The Daniel Bryan story was not a month, by the way. That was 3 months. November, December, January.
The Wyatt one or the
No, he turns. He joins the Wyatt family in December, and then turns on them at the beginning of January. So 2 months. 2 months.
No. In November, they started with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan teaming up to go against the Wyatt family.
Okay,
He didn't join yet.
Whatever.
That's 3 months.
All right.
Whatever. That's a modern wrestling fan brain right there coming into play right when I need it.
That fresh brain.
Let me go through some of these comments before
Right.
we're already an hour and 35 in. Jesus Christ.
We got another hour and 35 in us. No, I'm joking.
Moral of the story, says Acefield, creative did not have Bianca in mind when she was squashed. Giving them too much credit, they booked Becky to win in nearsighted decision. They had to circle back to rehab Bianca. Ace, you have our title and you are wrong.
I like Ace right now.
Excuse me. What the fuck? No, you don't. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with him.
Oh my God.
I like Ace. I like you off my show.
Oh my God.
Anyways, let's go on to our next match here. Let's talk about. Oh, here's a good one to talk about with J-Bone Knight on the show. Ace and fucking hell. All right.
Seth Rollins versus TBD.
Yes.
Seth
Adrenaline in my soul.
He faced Veer, everyone.
Seth Rollins in his Victoria's Secret gear that he was wearing.
Yeah, it was. It gave me artist formerly known as Goldust vibes.
He was. I think he was kind of playing into that. Like, I think he was kind of giving hints as to who he was facing. Not the direct person, but in that. Yeah.
So we saw him.
Adrenaline
he
in
my
soul, and my butthole is sweating. No, anyways.
Was hot.
Yeah. It was good.
He's playing to the crowd. The crowd was
still a work. It's still a work to me. We're gonna see him in 3 years, and he's gonna come back to AEW. And
Hey,
it was a long form storyline. That's what it was.
It was all part of the plan.
5 years.
I'm willing to come on the show right now and say it all worked.
Tony Khan is he's gonna say something that Cody Rhodes is he was working from the inside out.
I never said that. I never said that.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying everyone.
Him and Vince are working together. They have a deal where they're going to show
working together. It's gotta be a work. Cody, please come back. I miss you.
It just was. I have a couple of things to say. I'm sorry, Marco.
No, that's all right.
So one thing, like it was hard for me to picture Cody in this situation, but when I saw it on TV, I instantly got it. Boom. But two, fuck everybody out there that's saying, "Oh, well, I don't like Cody on WWE television. It just doesn't look right." You are morons. You should all go back to your fucking mother's basement and keep watching New Japan Pro Wrestling or whatever else.
About AJ Styles, and look where he is now.
This is ridiculous.
It's the as much as people said they hated Cody Rhodes, people really love Cody. Everyone that's talking negative about Cody Rhodes right now are really fans of Cody Rhodes. They just don't want to admit it. Right. They're sad to see him leave to AEW. You're always sad when someone goes from one company to another that you're a fan of that company and that that person leaves. It's always that's always a thing. But I think anyone that says any different They're just denying that they're Cody Rhodes fans. And I'm not even joking. Like, if you're constantly talking about Cody Rhodes, he's doing his
absolutely.
job.
He's doing his job.
If you're not talking about him, he's not doing his job.
Like Hawk.
He just doesn't do it for me, man.
He does.
No charisma.
You know what?
No charisma, man.
I mean,
he's one lip.
For someone that really hates Cody Rhodes, that person really loves to talk about Cody Rhodes. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, in AEW, I fucking hated Cody Rhodes. I did not like his character at all, and I love Cody in WWE. Like,
no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
I know, but
someone in particular that talks negatively about Cody Rhodes a lot.
Wine Lip Magoo?
Yeah. Wine Lip Magoo.
You secretly, I mean, it's okay. You can say you secretly love Cody Rhodes. Come on aboard the train with me. Come aboard the Cody train. Yeah. Plenty of room. Plenty of room to sit down. Sit right next to me.
I've been on the Cody train for a while now.
I've hated Cody.
But yeah, a lot of people were, when he had his entrance and he's walking down, a lot of people were like, oh, there's something wrong. He looks like, he made the wrong decision and blah, blah, blah. No, here's what I seen. I seen the same look that Edge had when he returned to Royal Rumble. Just
exactly. He was overwhelmed. Exactly.
I don't want to hail off on AEW, but he's seen more people in that arena at that one time than he did his whole time in AEW. That's why he looked like that.
Not wrong. Look,
he's
he's back in
70,000+ people in front of me. I'm gonna look a certain way. I mean, especially if I haven't seen that in 6 years.
Seeing Cody
surreal
in WWE makes me hate podcasting because you're bound to say something wrong, and
care.
You just want to enjoy it. You know,
I know.
I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
you got to address it though.
Right.
You have to address it.
Like,
you have to address
here we go. The character is exactly the same WWE as AEW. Why did you hate him in AEW?
That is true. I was gonna ask you that. I love them all around.
Here's why I love him in WWE. Because it's something we've never seen before. You've never seen someone from AEW jump ship to WWE.
And he kept his music and he kept his gimmick and all that stuff. And
he was the right guy. I mean, you could say the right guy in the wrong place for AEW. I just didn't like that they were forcing, this whole Cody narrative, Rhodes to the top. As much as Hawk is wrong, and he's wrong all the time, he had it spot on with Cody. It just, his presentation.
You're getting worked, bro. You're getting worked.
His whole presentation just didn't work for me in AEW. But when you put that onto WWE, not only is there the shock factor, I just think it'll work a lot better in WWE. Plus, I just think it's cool. Can't that just be the reason? There are so many people Cody in WWE, he's a sellout. It's cool. Can't that just be the reason? There's got to be a whole detail.
Hey, I don't believe what he said in that promo last night. That wasn't the easiest decision he made. But how the fuck do you know what he?
I think it's the second easiest decision he made.
I'm not gonna lie. I told Chad this actually a couple weeks after we recorded a debate, and I'm not gonna lie. Right here, I was like, man, if he shows up on WWE television, it's gonna be hard for me to really accept it because I think he's gonna be a sellout. I said that. I said those words. However, when he showed up on the TV, I changed my whole tune. Because
his presentation screams
sports
entertainment.
Yes, everything about it was. I watched it I'm going back and watching it. This is the only match I'm going back and watch over and over again. I watched the Austin stuff twice, and I watched the Cody stuff 4 times actually, and it's on another level, man.
Yeah, I said this too on the Chick Foley show a while back. I said Cody Rhodes is a sports entertainer at the time when he was in AEW. He's a sports entertainer in AEW, which is more professional wrestling oriented as far as the matches are, the way they're paced and all that stuff. He comes from that school where, he was brought up under Randy Orton. Randy Orton was kind of his
Yeah.
When he came to WWE, Randy Orton was his mentor essentially. So
he rode with John Cena. You can't get more WWE.
So his WWE. His background. You can see, like, even if you go back and watch his matches in AEW, it's more of a like the way he wrestles. His style is sports entertainment style wrestling. It's more, story. It's like facial expressions. It's moves. It's getting the crowd, playing to the crowd. Yeah, all that type of stuff. That's what he did. I don't think he was ever going to be accepted in AEW, and I think he knew that as well. I think he knew that at some point they were going to boo, like the crowd was going to boo him. They weren't going to, they just weren't going to accept him as a like talent or a wrestler there. And I think when he, whatever deal they had, he won't speak of it, obviously, like what the conversation was. But I think when
I
that
want to
happened,
know that's so bad.
yeah, I mean, and he's doing the right thing. He's not putting Tony Khan on blast. He's not putting anyone else on blast. He's just saying, hey, there was a personal issue. And, I think he wanted to be like, even if you read that the Variety interview and you've seen the other interviews, he wanted to be a wrestler. He was like, he made the decision for WWE because now he doesn't have to book a match, be an EVP, tend to anyone else. Now he can just focus on, just wrestling and just being the best at that. And I think that's honestly what he wanted to do, but I don't think he could do that as an EVP.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like with all the interviews he's kind of done over the weekend, like everything, like for me, that was like another final piece of the puzzle. Like everything just like made sense and it all kind of came together. Like, cause one thing I was having trouble, like, why would you do this? You're an EVP. You talked all this shit. You did it, but he answered all those questions. Like, this is why. This is why I'm leaving. This is why I'm leaving. I'm leaving because I was tired of being an executive. I was booked myself in a corner.
Yep.
And he admits that, like I didn't want to be a 15-time TNT champion. I think a little bit had to do, which is interesting enough, with the Punk, Brian Danielson, and Adam Cole signings. I think that had a little bit to do with it.
Yep, exactly.
And I found that very, very, very interesting because, like, as an EVP, I figured he'd be on board, but obviously he wasn't. He
wanted to be a talent. He wanted to be like one of the main guys, and I think that wasn't going to happen with all those, like you said, all those signings.
I think he intended to start AEW as being a revolutionary thing, and he wanted to. I think he was wanted to be an EVP, and was like, yeah, but guess what? People's feelings can change, once they get on the other side of the book, so to speak, and they get there, the grass not so green on this side. I'd like to hop over back. Well, it's kind of he can't just hop over back on AEW. What's he gonna do? I'm gonna go be a sports entertainer in WWE and do it on the highest level.
I think there was a time and a place for Cody in AEW, and as shocking as it was, that time and place closed on him very quickly.
Yes.
As these new guys started coming in, because the narrative switched that it wasn't necessarily about these, the people that grew the company, like, especially Cody. Like, you really look back on it and, like, even just the way that, he kind of interacted with all these different people. Like, I don't really think Cody, like, fit that AEW type of
the environment.
Kenny, the Bucks, Paige, like they fit it so well because they were so united. But like Cody, it just always seemed like he was always just that one piece that it was weird, especially when Danielson came in, when Punk came in. Like Cody was kind of just like this outlier that it was like, okay, you have all these main event talent, but what are you going to do with Cody now? Because he's that type of talent that you're really supposed to put at the top of the card.
Yep.
So when you bring him over to WWE, there's a spot for him. I feel like
there's a main event spot.
Oh, there's a big spot. Yeah,
because there's no, like we talked about this before. There's no I don't want to say there's no main eventers in the WWE, but it's very thin. The bench is thin when it comes to like,
I think that's the
white
point,
hot
though.
white baby faces and all that stuff. There's really who do you have like to go against like a Seth Rollins or like Kevin Owens is a heel. Like literally all your favorite guys are like heels now.
But
there's really no.
I think that's the whole point is that they're bringing in Cody because they don't really have a lot of guys right now. you look at AEW, they are stacked. Like I think Chad said it best. Like it's a win-win situation for both companies. Like AEW doesn't lose out on losing Cody.
No.
Like Cody did what he could for the company. Once they got to the point where Cody couldn't challenge for the world title or whatever, I think they booked themselves into like kind of a place where Cody was just going to be that like main eventer that like he was kind of an outlier. There's no real way of putting it. But you take Cody away from the stacked main event division, which you want to add all these people in. It's great, but you take Cody away and now put him in a spotlight where there's only a few people in WWE that really get that spotlight. What's the main event division going to be now? Cody, Roman, Seth, who else? Lashley. It's like pulling.
Probably not Lashley. Now. Lashley's feuding with Omos.
Yeah. Oh shit. But like Drew, that
Drew
makes it so much more of a spotlight on Cody because now there's not a lot of other people to worry about. You don't have to worry about like where's Bryan Danielson or John Moxley or what's CM Punk gonna do or MJF.
Yeah.
If Cody wants to be the top star, he goes to WWE. Like that's the only way around it.
The other thing too is like maybe he's seen something ahead of time with AEW with all these signings that are like that they're not not the whole narrative. We're just signing ex WWE guys, just signings in general.
Yeah,
like maybe he knows that like eventually a lot of those guys that are being signed are gonna get pushed down lower and lower,
right?
And end up on AEW Dark.
It's like a problem to. I don't think it's a problem to really hate. But then like. To feel one way or the other about Cody going over. Like it's just I think it's something that you still need to process to say like, WWE is going to mess this up. I think it's going to be so hard for them to mess this one up. And I know we say that all the time and they're going to prove us wrong every time, whatever.
Well, I mean,
but like it's hard for them to do it because as much as we say, they can't mess this one up. They can't mess this one up. This is going to be very telling of what's going to happen with AEW's talent in the future as far as can they book their top AEW star in WWE
and keep them happy too
over and get other AEW talent in the WWE door.
I'm sorry to cut you off. But I think one thing to look at too is not necessarily in the ring, but if you look on the outside, one thing that WWE announces is that WWE superstars now can go out and get the third-party stuff, your cameos, your Twitch. I bet you Cody had a big part of that.
Yep.
Because he came in and said, okay, look, you want me to come in? I'm going to keep this and this and this, my other brands, all my Nightmare Factory stuff, my whatever.
Yep.
And I want all this stuff, and whatever I do outside, you can't touch it. And they're like, okay, that's fine. But then they looked at it like, I guess we got to do that for everybody, though. So now AEW people, because that's a big thing, right? Vlogs, you see them all. They all have vlogs. They all have podcasts. They all have whatever.
Yep.
They all come in. Now they can come in and okay. So I'm good. I get to keep all this stuff. This signing it's going to have a big ripple effect. That's huge ripple effect.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said when he signed. I'm pretty sure he it was a huge deal. Not as far as like the money is concerned, but more or less like the perks and the different things that come with that. Like you said, him having his own, he kept his name, kept his gimmick, kept his music.
Mm-hmm. That's huge.
I shared in the chat. All of a sudden, Dusty Rhodes merch is popped back. There's a whole section of Dusty. Like he started a company that's now like flourishing.
Right.
He definitely had some, as far as a businessman, you got to respect his business sense as well. You definitely know that there is some type of deal where, like he said, nothing was guaranteed in it. He said with his contract, I think only thing he said they guaranteed was no Stardust. There'd be no Stardust coming back. Yeah. Other than that, he said no guarantees, but he definitely has to put in the work to do it.
Go ahead and read this comment, and I want to.
I never want to ever see Stardust ever again.
Sorry. So Acefield says he's unlikable, so why book him as a true blue baby face? It's not 1985 shilling for America. We saw how disconnected he was in the Go-Go program.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree with the Go-Go program, like how that was disconnected. Because I was just like, ugh. I didn't like that at all. And I'm a Cody fan, right? But however, he's unlikable. You know why he's unlikable? Because to the hardcore wrestling fans, he's not a pro wrestler. Even though he says he is a pro wrestler, right?
Yep.
He's a sports entertainer. That's what he is. That's why he's unlikable. In WWE, he's gonna fit fine. He's gonna fit perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is not what I said 2 weeks ago. But like I said, things completely changed for me whenever he showed up on stage and he started talking. Completely changed.
If they wanted to really do the Cody heel turn, I don't know what they were planning on doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
What, in WWE or
in AEW? Right?
In AEW,
I think Cody will turn in WWE eventually.
Yeah, but
I think there's stories to be told with Cody that you couldn't tell in AEW. You couldn't do the blue collar baby face run with Cody in AEW because that's not the target audience for AEW.
He's not
That's
blue collar.
WWE all day. This whole Dusty story that has WWE written all over it. They could not do that in AEW because AEW is built on pure wrestling and all this. And that's fine. It's just that Cody didn't really fit in there.
I said that he was not going to be liked by that crowd, not just the AEW crowd, just that crowd in general.
Yeah,
like we talked about it earlier, he didn't fit in with that whole crew.
Yeah.
Actually, all in rose from a bet from Dave Meltzer to Cody Rhodes.
Let's read it for the audio. So Chad says the Bucks were and always will be the heart and soul of AEW spirit and vision. I agree with this. AEW was born out of being the elite and how All In rose from those bonds formed by BTE. If not for the Bucks, Cody has a much harder road on the
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
they worked out with each other.
ROH and all that.
They took him under his wing without a doubt.
Yeah. So then I want to bring this up. So Chad also says they can mess this up with Cody. The entire crowd isn't even with Cody yet. 40% of the crowd was sitting on their hands. New casuals and young kids don't know who Cody is like the hardcore. I was there. The crowd. You hear wrestling has more than one royal family.
Yeah,
The crowd was nuts.
Yeah.
It wasn't even just in my section. The whole stadium. Now, I will say on Raw, the crowd was significantly, the pop was significantly less. But you look, everyone has their phones out. Cody's impact is going to be well done.
And that was a weird crowd too.
It was
the whole night was horrible though. Like
for Raw after Mania.
Yeah, I'm not.
But in Dallas, 77,000 people, they were all going nuts.
Yeah,
and maybe that was just me hearing myself going absolutely crazy.
No, it came across on TV.
But
Raw. Yeah, I'm not rolling with Raw. That whole night was awful. That whole crowd. I said it in the chat. That crowd was just awful the whole night. They weren't reacting to anything. So I'm not going. Yeah,
and you also got to figure too. WWE crowds are way different than AEW crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're night and day because they are younger kids. You're not going to hear the big, huge eruption. You're just not. It's not.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And that was and Cody coming out at the beginning of the Raw was the highlight of that whole show. After that whole show was just awful. It was
if anything, it was a
great promo too.
Bigger sign of respect that the crowd was silent during that promo. They were listening.
Yeah, and then
they were engaged.
Yes, they were listening to his words. What I was listening for was the main thing when he mentioned going for the title. I was listening either for a collective of boos or a collective of cheers, which is he got the collective of cheers. There was no boos at all. So the crowd, I mean, that's what I was looking for. And I think that's what a lot of those guys on the back were looking for, in the gorilla position was when he mentioned whatever, I'm going to go for the title. I think they were all just like this, leaning in oh God, is that crowd going to turn on right away? And once it had shares, I think that was a green light, dude.
I thought it was a Dusty promo. To be honest with you, I thought it was full on Dusty promo. That wasn't hot times, baby. No, it wasn't like that. But I mean, it was on the level of a Dusty promo. That's what I got. I got it. I got the feeling. I got kind of goosebumps from it.
Come on, you guys, everyone out there that any fans of AEW and stuff like that, dude. He carried that whole pandemic era, dude. He was the first person you seen on that first episode.
Yep.
in that empty arena doing that. Come on, guys, just you can't. It's just crap on him that easy because he made a decision to leave. It's just wrestling. It's
what I will say about
it's nothing serious at all.
It's gonna be exactly.
What I will say about the whole Cody thing is also like I feel like if because Chad and Ace, you guys are lighting up tonight. Thank you guys for a really good conversation. By the way, they said Cody is a stone cold heel. And Ace also said he just comes off as a fake guy who tries to be nice. So let me just say this, that as we reach 2 hours and we still have to go through some other Mania matches. Let me just say this, that I feel like you're right. I feel like Cody definitely comes off as a little fake. But how better of this story will it work in WWE than it will in AEW? The crowd was already turned. They already turned on Cody by the point where it started with the heel tendencies. The crowd wanted to see it. With Cody and WWE, you're starting off fresh with the Dusty Rhodes angle, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, my dad, he won the title, but he didn't win it. And it was in Madison Square Garden. He's got the tears, and I really just want to win that title on behalf of him. How good is it if he wins that title in Madison Square Garden, you give him a little bit of a face run, and then he turns heel? That's so much of a bigger impact because you had that time with a very pro Cody crowd. The crowd's going to love Cody because they aren't that exposed to his AEW work, whatever you want to say. But because of that kind of pull that he has with this return, they're going to cheer for him, which leaves an even bigger impact when he eventually does turn and he does hold that title with that heel run. I think it just works so much better in WWE because you're already accustomed to him as a face. The crowd is so behind him, and then you get the turn, and it makes it so much better. That's all I'm thinking right now.
I mean, and to me, like, whether he comes off as a heel or not, I mean, I'm not playing kayfabe or anything. I don't think he comes off as a heel at all, personally. I think that's subjective, and I think that's that's your take on what he looks like to you. Essentially, right. That's like whoever, like, if that's your perception, that's fine, but that's not the end all be all. That's not like not the definitive, like, yes, he's a heel and he comes off as a heel and his words aren't genuine. A lot of people don't think that. I don't think that.
Yeah, I mean, like, when it comes down to it, because we need to get to these other matches,
it's subjective to me anyway.
It's totally subjective. Just enjoy what you want to enjoy.
Yeah, like, exactly. If he's a piece of, if Cody's a piece of shit,
and that goes to just all
he's always going to be a piece of shit. It's fine. But if he's not, then he's not. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's why I said at the top of this, I was like, seeing Cody come to WWE just makes me like hate being a podcaster because you're never going to say anything right.
Oh yeah, I know. Especially right now, if you're on his side, you're definitely like public enemy number one.
For sure. No, but when it comes down to it, like, Chad is completely right. Ace is completely right. I feel like all of us are completely right because it's all subjective. Like, wrestling is just subjective at the end of the day. Like, I think everything has different levels to it, but at the end of the day, like, it's a story. I think you just got to wait for them to play it out, see how it goes. I think it'll be fun. I think
that last coming up from Chad. I got something to say about that.
Oh boy.
So it says Mox carried Pandemic Era. Pandemic Era was Cody's downslide in AEW. His best feuds were pre-pandemic. Dustin, Jericho, MJF. His feuds in the pandemic were his worst. Brody Lee.
Wait, hold on.
Brody Lee was a bad feud.
Yeah, well, hold on. I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about on screen Cody. I'm talking about behind the scenes when he was doing like the EVP stuff and helping out with because. Put it this way, AEW could have definitely folded during the pandemic. Like,
absolutely.
Let's be honest about that. Like, they just started literally the year before. Not even like half the year before. They weren't even around for a year and the pandemic hits. They could have definitely folded.
Yeah.
As far as like, I'm talking about like behind the scenes stuff and doing the EVP stuff and working with Tony Khan. I'm talking about that. Him carrying the company at that sense, not on screen, essentially, not that way.
But like, he had his TNT Open challenges. We don't have Eddie Kingston. You know,
Nope.
Without that, we don't have Ricky
You know,
Starks.
Sammy Guevara, all the
Sammy Guevara.
Darby Allin he put over.
Was he top of the card? Absolutely not. But to say that it was like his worst moments. I don't know about that.
And like I said, it's a lot of hate because of him leaving. That's all. It's
plus Aleister Black. I mean, like it's not
Aleister
really pandemic
Black.
era, but
yeah.
Aleister Black, Malachi Black. We're on Raw.
Green jacket, gold jacket. Who cares?
We might have to have a turnbuckle debate on Cody Rhodes.
I will not be on that one because you can't win.
Don't be afraid.
It's not. I'm not afraid because I just spent a whole hour talking about fucking Cody Rhodes. But like,
all right,
everyone's right. That's what it
just
comes down to.
it's all in fun.
No, we're right. We're right right now.
We
are right. I think we're only right just
Dick
because
slap into my game.
Ace is just he's wrong. What's up, Bulldogs? Don't know.
Bulldogs, 1992.
1992.
There you go.
SummerSlam 1992. Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Anyways, what else could we talk about?
Well,
this match sucked, right? Charlotte versus Ronda.
The ending surprised the hell out of me, but yeah.
Also, just shout out to Chad and Ace for that great conversation. We'll pick this up in another day, but
that was 3 months. 3 months.
All right, and I'm
the entire
drawing the line.
AEW fan base turned
drawing the line on this AEW talk. Enough of this.
Is everyone here a wrestling fan or sports entertainment?
So Charlotte and Ronda.
See, he even differentiated the two. He was in a world full of wrestling fans, not sports entertainment fans.
I wasn't surprised that Charlotte and Ronda was going to be a bad match. I'm happy they didn't go on last. I'm also happy that the rumor that Ronda was like mad about not going on last.
You think that's true?
Oh, she came. That was false.
She came out and said that it was false. Thankfully,
there's a lot of rumors around that. So
yeah.
I'm just mad I picked her to win. I was upset.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad you picked her to win too.
You know what's crazy is I don't know if you guys saw Pat Buck. He was a producer for WWE.
Right.
Yes.
And
yeah.
He left the company right after Mania because he said that his goal was producing a WrestleMania main event. This guy produced Charlotte and Ronda and Roman and Brock. Two of the most bland matches on the card.
Yeah.
And just dipped. What a power move by Pat Buck. Pat Buck is all elite in my eyes, man. What a guy. What a guy. No, but I mean, like, I wasn't expecting much from this match. Marco, you've said it before, but like I am seeing something like this, seeing night one of Charlotte and Ronda and Bianca and Becky makes me so happy that they did not go with Ronda and Becky.
Yeah.
Because it would have not been good. This night one makes you really see like how valuable Charlotte and Bianca really are. Like they are the best in-ring workers that they have.
Yeah.
Like that's not to say Ronda's like awful. She's definitely not. Becky, but like Charlotte,
they belong together.
I wouldn't pair them all together. I'll tell you that. But I mean, whatever. Charlotte won with a big boot. Very true. I don't know
Test.
why.
This is a test.
This is
R.I.P. test.
This is a test. I don't know. Weird. Any other comments on this match before we get to the main event?
Let's move on.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing we'll talk about on the
main event,
as my voice is just completely gone.
I'm just
Austin.
I'm just glad you got to see Austin live, dude.
I got to see Austin.
Final match.
Wow.
What a fuck. We were talking about how we were expecting to see like maybe 7 minutes, something quick.
20.
Yeah.
Over 20
like
minutes.
15,
right?
15,
20
but
plus.
that's double what
15,
we were
20,
expecting. He was taking bumps on the concrete.
Yeah.
He was suplexing Owens all over the stage. Stomping the mud hole. Like he was quick too. Like anyone that was saying like obviously, Austin, I was watching Austin Rock on the plane ride home WrestleMania 19. I'm like, sure, great match to end your career on. But like, if this doesn't at least make you like a little proud to see like one more Austin match, shout out to Kevin Owens for just putting him over, man.
That's what I said. I said, if you're gonna put anyone with with Stone Cold, it's definitely gonna be, I'd be scared to put him with a Seth Rollins, because I feel like Seth Rollins might injure him to get a little crazy. But where Kevin Owens is a fan himself. Obviously, you see those pictures floating around with him in Austin when he was younger.
Right.
Oh boy, that's
interesting. Do you guys think that's going to happen? Ronda's going to beat Charlotte at Backlash. Is Ronda even contractually going to face anyone at Backlash?
That's what I mean. Yeah, we don't even know.
Wrestles fucking ape shows or nothing.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to get another run back of Cody and Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
Yeah, probably. That was interesting. That little handshake that they did.
Yeah, he does that laugh that he does.
Great
cackle.
I love when Cody was coming out real quick and he did the cackle, and then he's got the mean face.
He gets serious. Yeah. What about the welcome back to the big leagues bit? That was great. Welcome back to the big leagues.
So fucking good. Seth is.
That was a shot. I don't think a lot of people thought that was that was funny. That was watching.
Yeah.
There, if you're a fan of
Seth, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, just for being the MVPs.
Yeah, no, it's
Marco to WrestleMania.
Oh no, definitely. No, I totally agree. No, Kevin Owens, like I said, he's a fan. So, I mean, he finally got to main event of WrestleMania too. Let alone with Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Like, what do you do after that?
Throwing on the new $3 million contract, I must say.
I mean, Kevin Owens, what do you need to win a title after this? Like, you had a match with arguably the greatest superstar in the history of wrestling. What do you do? Like, what do you go for?
I mean, it's awesome. Honestly, I don't consider main eventing night one being a main event. But that's me.
He main evented a Mania, we'll say. I didn't say
it's more of just like facing Stone Cold for me is the rub.
Well, yeah.
Because that's huge. Like, just thinking about it, like they could have picked anyone. They could have picked Sami Zayn, and they went with Owens. Like, obviously,
well, just think of over the years who they could have picked. CM Punk. That was always the big rumor, right?
Yep.
For years, CM Punk and who else did they have for a while? I can't think right now, but I mean, I think Kevin Owens was the right one.
For sure.
Part of me does wish that KO would have gone over. I mean, I get why they couldn't do it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no way they could.
But because I was on the debate a couple weeks ago. We kind of talked about this, but I think you had to do it the way it is. It was good. It was really fun, interesting. Part of me wishes they would have just pulled the KO going over the card there. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Just a quick. I can't believe I'm bringing this up. The NXT report. Joe Gacy has kidnapped Rick Steiner.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there's that, and there's also there's new NXT tag team champions in the women's division. Did you see this?
And it was the same champions that we had last week.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
It's so dumb.
Yep.
God
Toxic
bless.
Attraction is
2.0, man.
Dripped in gold again.
Thankfully, they're the best thing going on NXT. Acefield says, I have strong feelings about this. This had Saudi Arabia vibes in the beginning, but he got loose as it progressed. Got nervous there for a second.
Stone Cold.
He was able to get a second win and not embarrass himself. Wish it happened without the bell ringing, but that's just selfish on my part. Wrestling is supposed to be fun, and people had fun. It's a win. I mean,
I think he was playing with people. I think he was trolling when he was doing like the slow.
Yeah.
I think he was just doing that on purpose, like kicking him once, because I think people thought like he's not going to do the fast, stomp a mud hole, and guess what? He did it.
And he even did that in the WrestleMania 19 match. Like he did it slow.
Yeah, he does it slow. One.
No, he always does it slow. Yeah.
And I think that's where people got scared, was like he was just like kicking, and then when he started going fast, and then he turned it up even more. Like when they're exchanging punches, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's not as fast as he was when he was younger, but I mean, it was still there. I think he went a little, like you said, he went longer than we thought. I mean,
yeah, 13. It was around 14 minutes that they went.
Yeah, I mean, took a stunner. I mean, sold it great as well.
Yep.
I mean,
so, look, I want to bring up just 3 quick things before we head out. First, just a quick question to you guys.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
So, this is not an opinion of mine because I have not seen everyone. However, with everything that was taken into consideration across these 2 nights, and I'm considering this one WrestleMania 2 nights because I kind of have to. WrestleMania 38, top 10 WrestleMania of all time?
I think you could put it in top 10. I think you could put it in top 10 for sure over the 2 night span. Just because of here's
How
a couple
high would
reasons
you
why.
go?
I would have to say like 9 or 10 though, but
okay,
I'd have to really sit down and formulate a list, but
because like even I was thinking like the ones that I've
it
seen,
could be
like
close.
X7, 30, 21, 10.
Yeah, so I mean, you got 17, 18. They had a series of really banger WrestleMania. 17, 18, 19. You can throw that in there.
18 is pretty tough to say outside of Rock and Hogan, though.
No, because you got Flair, Taker. You got
that's fair. Okay,
cool. You got Hall, Austin.
Yeah.
17, 18, 19, 20 is all right.
21 was
21's
really
good. 22 is very underrated. Super underrated.
Are we leaving out the golden era WrestleManias?
Yeah, well, we got 10, 7, 8.
Oh, 10, okay.
I'm sorry, 10, 6, 7, 5,
30, 31.
It's on the edge. It's really close.
It's
definitely
the best Mania since
most memorable. I would say
since
absolutely most memorable, but the best Mania since 31, I'd say.
Yeah,
35 was pretty memorable too, man. I don't know.
I mean, it had its moments, but like,
yeah.
It was only one night too, so it wasn't.
To me, 35 is only highlighted by Kofi Mania.
Yeah,
that's what I
like
remember.
Becky sucked.
Yeah,
Seth was fine. Outside of that, like you had the John Cena moment, and that was really it.
Here's why it's so good, okay, to me, because like you mentioned earlier, it was paced well. The way they booked this card was like perfect, to be honest with you. It was like a crescendo kind of going up.
Yeah.
Boom.
In hindsight, all the perfect matches were on there. If you added or subtracted anything else, it would have outside of like the New Day match, like everything else.
I think if you put it into one night, you eliminate, like, let's say like Drew and Corbin, the women's tag match, Omos and Bobby, the New Day match, eliminate those 4 matches.
Yeah.
You go squish this in one night, it's top 5. Easily top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In hindsight, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Let me see here. All right. Nick Storm say some people are saying this is top 5 Mania.
I wouldn't put top 5. No.
I wouldn't put top 5. The length.
I know Seth was saying that. I couldn't do top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 10.
I would have to go back and watch every WrestleMania to really know that.
Why don't you do that? Why are you so scared?
I keep forgetting to.
So WrestleMania 3, that's where it really picks up, I would say.
30.
Yeah.
I would have been dealing top 5. Yeah. To have Triple H, Undertaker, Austin, and Rock on the same show.
Oh, yeah.
That would make it
Triple H,
for sure.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 22 goated, says Nick Storm.
Yeah,
22 is good.
That's since 30.
I was there, yeah.
The Sting situation dropped it. I loved Sting versus Triple H. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, God.
It was so good.
It was all right.
No.
It was nostalgic.
Y'all are the old heads. Fucking.
So
my WCW versus WWF.
Someone's supposed to get blasted by a hammer and then get up and shake your hand. Come on now.
Sting looked great, God damn it. Fucking Hulk Hogan came out, and
we got to see DX and NWO.
Back in my day, we'd had
well.
WCW. If it was one night video packages and some matches cut, it's definitely top. I think even like with the video packages and everything, it's definitely at least top 10. But yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Like if they cut some of the stuff and they made it one night,
yeah,
it would
definitely
depend on
be
the
the top
pacing,
5.
But like they would have to be careful with that. But I think with the other matches, it helped the pacing out a lot because it made those big moments shine. That's the one thing. I think that's a huge advantage for 2-night manias is that those big moments really shine. I will say that. NWO came out to help.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't have to make sense. It's pro wrestling. Tyson says before you go, give it up to New Honor Society. Take that off the screen. Take that off the screen.
Yeah, get that.
I've been meaning to watch all the manias too. Let's do it. Nick, we're on to something. Let's do it.
Do like a mini series of Mania.
We might be onto something. Might be onto something. Enough with this
Tyson
champion.
You once was a loyal fan of ours.
Yeah, I know. I think it's because of me. I think Tyson just does not. He's not a fan of me, and that's okay. That is okay.
Tyson loves me.
Yeah, I know Tyson loves you. Everybody loves J-Bone. Except for me. Yeah. I mean, it didn't make sense, but it was cool coming out to the drum line in the daylight.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was cool.
That is true.
It was so cool.
No, it was not.
How do you agree to that?
I loved it.
You should never agree to that.
31 was great.
Oh, man.
All right. 2 more things before we get out of here.
I was hoping you'd hit it.
Of course. Best Mania match across both nights.
I'm going to go Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes.
That's a good pick. Marco.
I mean, I don't want to pick the same exact one. So I'm going to go with the one that entertained me. I'm going to go with Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville for the win. And the Wee Man just, mimicking Hogan and Andre and just slamming Sami Zayn. That was quite the spectacle, I'll say. And he has hands too. He was throwing some hands at Sami Zayn. He has some nice hooks.
True.
Hooks going there.
It was such a good match.
It should have been the main event, by the way.
It should have been the main event. But give me Knoxville and Zayn over Briscoes and FTR any day. I'm kidding. I'm gonna go with that match was Briscoes and FTR. Anyway. Say that for the Honor Society, those jabrones stealing our belt.
Bingo halls.
I'll give it to Bianca and Becky. I think they really showed out in that match. Bianca looked like a star. I think it's so great that Bianca's had 2 Mania matches in a row that she's looked like the best woman on the roster. I really hope this run she gets just a good crap. We talk all the time about Bianca with the title and everything, but I really hope this time around it just works out perfectly for her. Give her Asuka, give her Bailey, give her everyone. I really hope they make this title run really notable for her.
I think this was a better match than last year's, to be honest with you.
I could put that as a hot take. I won't do the button because I'm tired. But
yeah, that's fine.
Against Sasha, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Bianca and Sasha was really good too, though. That was probably the best match on last year's Mania, I would say. If I'm thinking correctly.
But I have to go back.
Yeah, but I mean, I think both of those matches are very equal, but I think it's hard to put one over the other. But and we have Cody and Seth for Chad and Nick. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the moment, the match, everything. Yeah, FTR and Briscoes, best match of the weekend, best match of the year. I mean, time will tell, but best crowd reaction of the year, I will say.
Yep.
Crazy stuff. And now it is time to end the show a little differently than we normally do, but with the same old graphic.
Who won the week?
A little twist. Night 1 or night 2? Who won the weekend?
Oh, nice.
A little twist. Marco, we'll start with you.
Let me go with night 1, I think. For me, anyway. The beginning of it, obviously, kind of, with see,
Nick Storm won the week.
I won the week. He did.
Every
he definitely
week.
did win the week.
Every
But yeah, I mean, the beginning of it with the opening match, Boogs getting injured, that was kind of like that could have been a bad luck sign. But
that was the worst way to start off that show.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, he did it in a cool way. He freaking, he was about to squat both Usos.
Sure.
But yeah, and I'm gonna go with night 1. A lot of we got Cody, we had Stone Cold, we had Becky and Bianca. The Miz and Logan Paul. That match was amazing. I'm gonna go with night 1, man.
J-Bone.
Had we not had Bobby and Omos and
the New Day losing in 2 seconds,
and then the women's tag match, I'd have to say night 2.
And Roman.
But I'm going to go, yeah. Had we just had Pat McAfee show up in night 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
If they would have just stretched out the Pat McAfee, Vince McMahon stuff in Austin just for 4 hours,
a little bit longer.
Night 2 wins.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with night 1.
I'll also go with night 1, but I think it's a lot closer than it's both a lot closer and a lot more distance than I feel like it is. Because on surface level, it's so even, but also you really break it down. You had Cody Rhodes, Steve Austin, Bianca and Becky, Logan Paul, as much as J-Bone doesn't like to hear that name. What else did you have on night 1? KO show, I said. Outside of Boogs and what's his name? Corbin. Fuck. I mean, Corbin I will put up there just because
see that match. That match was
actually pretty good. It was pretty good match.
It was pretty good. So I mean,
there's
really
no
hard
bad
not
matches.
to put night 1 over. I'll say night 1 as well. But yeah, so we are 2 hours 26 minutes in.
Wow.
If you even think that we're gonna even sniff the Raw after Mania, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
That shit stunk, and we will not be sniffing.
Yeah, no, we will not speak of the Raw after Mania.
I watched the match, and a matter of fact, I fell asleep in the middle of it.
Yep, that was my buddy during the Charlotte Ronda match. He was like, "Oh, wake me up when Stone Cold comes out." We're like, "Yep, no problem."
Yeah.
Goddamn hell.
Well, with that being said,
hey yo,
it's time to end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Raw Down. Let's do some quick plugging. Marco, Chick Foley Show, plug it.
Oh man, we have just as you know, just came in a little. What about an hour ago? Maybe an hour and a half. I don't even know how long.
Time isn't even real at this point.
Yeah, we just recorded the our recap of WrestleMania / preview of the Mania Access figures that were revealed, stuff like that. Nice. So we cover a lot of those.
Nice.
We don't go as in depth on WrestleMania as we did here. We just highlight essentially highs and lows, that type of thing. So you get a double dose of me. You're gonna get 2 shows in one tomorrow, essentially.
Love to see it.
If you didn't hear my in-depth analysis on the Chick Foley Show, just listen to Raw Down and you get more. But yeah, so obviously go to Pod Foundation to follow all things Pod Foundation, including Turnbuckle Tavern, the Extra Cooler Show, coming down the aisle. We also have Chick Foley on IG. You can follow her there. You can follow me on Twitter, Chick Foley Show. You can follow me on IG as well, MVP Marco. That's it. And I have something else to say before we officially end the show, but you can you can go J-Bone.
Well, coming down the aisle, I've got just recorded Free the Fig. In fact, it's the bad guy. I got him somewhere around here. Gotta find him. The flashback series, so look out for that.
Nice.
I also, speaking of Power Foundation this week, I got the man, Extra Cooler Nick.
Yes.
On this week. And, you okay, pal?
Shit's falling all over the place.
Damn, pal. So we watch Mr. Perfect versus Ric Flair from Raw 1993.
Ooh, all right.
Deep cut.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Yeah. So, of course, I'll do my own WrestleMania review. Probably not as in depth as this one. Yeah. And also check out my appearance on the Slaw Office podcast. And we talk not only WrestleMania, but we talk sports too. So if you like sports, we talk about LeBron. Is LeBron healthy for the Lakers? We talk NCAA. We talk a little football, So, hey, if you like some of that, check that out as well, too. Check out the Slaw Office on wherever you get podcasts. And, of course, you can find everything else comingdowntheaislepod.com. And I got a new little sponsor. Use code Down Aisle at SeatGeek to save $20 off your tickets.
Done. Sweet.
20%.
No, $20.
$20.
Oh, $20. I was about to say,
still
shit.
good.
What type of deal would you have over here? Just wanted to say, Acefield says, is there any chance McAfee and McMahon doesn't win worst match of the year? That match was phenomenal.
It's fine.
It was good.
A bunch of clotheslines.
5 stars.
It was
in
so
my
good.
eyes.
And just a quick plug for me, Classic Match Classroom is back. We have escaped our Classroom Mania season, and we are back outside of WWE for the next few weeks. First match up, Jerry Lawler versus Andy Kaufman.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about this on the debate.
Okay. All right. I
First
like
time that I'll be
going way back.
ever looking at something like this, and I'm excited for it. So you're gonna have to tune in for what we're gonna be talking about for Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. You can find that over on Instagram at Classic Match Classroom, and because Marco didn't say it this week, the Twitter machines. CM Classroom over on Twitter. we always need to say it at least once on
Twitter machine. I was gonna say you guys went in the way back machine for that Jerry Lawler.
Oh, true. You see a lot of machines going on. I'm the machine. So yeah, you can find us there, and Titantron if you want to follow me at the Titantron podcast. Oh, and the Independent Epicenter. We have a new video coming out in a few weeks.
Nice.
Invictus Pro Wrestling, still working with them. They have In Bloom 2. They have their Chase for Clout ladder match coming up. It's basically like their version of Money in the Bank. So I will be hyping up that event.
Awesome.
A lot of cool stuff happening over there. But with that being said, the music is just about to start playing. There it is. The music is playing, ladies and gentlemen. That means only one thing. It's time to plug the tavern so we can go to fucking bed. Folks, if you enjoyed what you heard, and I know that you did, make sure you go ahead and log into theturnbuckletavern.com, where you can find all of the perfect ways that you can support the Turnbuckle Tavern. That is, of course, following us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok. Join the Discord. Do anything that you can to support the tavern. You can go ahead and also support us by buying our merch. Give us your human monies. You can do that by heading on over to Teespring, of course, via theturnbuckletavern.com, where you can get the official Raw Down logo on a shirt and a mug. You can get some stickers, do whatever you need. Teespring has a lot of options. Plus, if you want to get some more specific t-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/tavern has all of your Raw Down character needs, including Hollywood Tony, the MVP Marco, Bonus Shivani, and much, much more. We are releasing podcasts damn near once a day, every week. What did I say? Every day is what I meant. Shit. Monday, Turnbuckle Debate. Tuesday, Broken VCR on the fucking GCW show. When GCW is on, you can always expect them to give a very in-depth review. Wednesday, of course, tomorrow morning, you're going to hear the audio version of the Raw Down, all 2 hours and 33 minutes of its amazing glory. Thursday, of course, is the flagship show talking about AEW, all things Dynamite from the night before. Friday is the Turnbuckle Sessions with Mike and Tom. and Saturday is Big Night. Folks, we don't have a title, but we do have a loser. Hi, J-Bone. Can't wait for my NXT report.
There we go.
There's no title. We don't know what's going on.
We'll get it back. Don't worry.
To Honor Society because something's going to happen there. But
we'll get
Marco,
it back.
You said you had something to say?
Yeah, so I almost forgot. Obviously, chickfullyshow.com. Join the Facebook group. And then the last thing, I'm going to say this. The Turnbuckle Tavern has more than one flagship show.
Boom.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Boom. Suck it.
Where's the outro? Where's the outro? Okay, here it is. See you. Bye.